Turn this stuff on. I feel like it's green filter.
A what? About me?
Yeah, I like you're underwater or something.
It's just there's one fluorescent light like right here, and that's it. That's all I got.
Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined, as always, by my good friends Chris, phoning in from Chicago, playing the Nor Detective...
A basement from the great state of Illinois.
A basement from Illinois. Playing the Nor Detective Yuan T. Inquisitive Rogue Divination Wizard Mannix.
Hello.
Hello. Heather joining us soon, playing the Dark Death Dealer Half-Drow Assassin Rogue Kaless. Rochelle, unfortunately not joining us tonight, playing the Deepwater Diva Triton Bard of Whispers Gillian. Raymond playing the Heedlessly Brave Turtle Battle Master Fighter / Rogue George.
Hello.
Just tripping over all these titles, getting too much. First of his name of the Andals. And Reese playing the Metal-Laced Mighty Morphin Hill Dwarf Druid of the Moon. Theron.
Hello.
Oops, got another person. Let's switch back to there.
Wild Heather.
Wild Heather has appeared. I need to switch the webcams around. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. You can watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube page. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series, Crafting Annihilation, on Thursday mornings. You can follow me on Twitter at roguewatson and join our official Discord group with the invite link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/roguewatson. Shoutouts to my platinum patrons, Andrew, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Nick, Andy, Grayson, and Chris. And gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcos de Vicente, Gilberto, Shane, K. Cert to be Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Marash, and Lumpy Spuds. Thank you all very much for your support. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net for video chat. We use Discord, and for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Give me 1 second to fix the webcam configuration, which I think is almost perfect, and there we go. All right. Previously on Tomb of Annihilation, the reunited party launched their ambush attack in the throne room, knocking out Selida with quick attacks, followed by completely shutting down the room with a combination of darkness, ice storm, and hypnotic pattern. Mannix quickly opened the secret door he'd spotted, activating the nearby ghoul guards. By the time the door opened, only one ghoul remained, and Mannix called to the figure inside to then call everyone off. Rosnisi was the once imposing half-snake leader of the Yuan T of Omu, but the death curse had taken a severe toll as his once immortal body was literally falling apart. The party informed him that it was Asarak's machinations with the soulmonger that was causing his decay, and he responded with outrage. Asarak had promised them great power if the Yuan T helped to guard the tomb, but now Rosnisi felt betrayed. He handed over the puzzle cube his people had taken and commanded the party to enter the tomb, destroy the soulmonger, and retrieve the black opal crown so that his people would have the power to free their dark god, Dendar. When the party revealed that his own high priestess was planning a coup, he rewarded them with several magic items and ordered them to assassinate her before they left, sending them through a nearby arcane circle along with his powerful champion, Sekalak. When the party teleported to the prison pits, Mannix cast an illusion on the barred door, and the party ambushed Sekalak, nearly killing him before he could utter a word. Gillian quickly performed her mantle of whispers to assume his form, assuring the guards outside that, yes, everything is fine, we're all fine, how are you? With Gillian as With Gillian and Sekalak, the party waltzed to the entrance and right out the front door, leaving the Yuan T temple with Xandala and Cody, carefully making their way outside the palace to hunker down and enjoy a long rest.
Oh, good job, guys.
Yes. So you guys basically completed
we
that.
We got auto level all of that. We only had to kill one dude. So
I count that as a win.
That's a win.
It's pretty good. Maybe it's good I wasn't here last week.
I think every time you're here, there is a moment where we all go, well, if George was here, this would go very differently. but he's not here. So
We mean that in the wistfully way possible too.
that's right.
During your long rest, Zagmira does contact you all again. Mannix, obviously, it is no longer. You don't have the eye in your head anymore, but you do have it in your possession somewhere, or in your backpack or something.
No, it's in my head. I guess I.
No, you literally grew new eyeballs.
I grew new eyeballs. That's right. That was gross. Okay, yeah. So I don't. I remember now.
Do you just balance it on your head so that you look like you have 3 eyes?
It's in my hat. I keep it like tugged into my hat, so it's just looking off, cat corner.
It just vibrates like a cell phone right now.
Incoming call.
Yeah. Do.
Zaggy baby, what can I do for you?
Yeah, you could hide it where Rocket hit it in Avengers.
That's right. Good. Although last time it like hurt me when it was like lasering out of my eye, so I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah,
That's true.
could be a little painful. Yeah, Zagmira's on the other line. She says,
Can you hear me?
how's the connection? Ishmakal has informed me that you went quite deep undercover, Mr. Mannix. And I see all of you survived the temple. How fortunate. You will find me at the tomb's entrance near the black obelisk to the north. Do not delay. I can feel the soulmonger's power grow stronger with each passing day.
I feel like we before we left with her, we skipped the conversation of like how we're going to do this trade-off. What was even the deal?
From what you recall, she wanted you to. They had some of the puzzle cubes, and she wanted you all, and you had some of them as well, and then she wanted you to gather the rest of them, and then for all of you to meet together and waltz hand in hand into the tomb after you pool all your cubes together.
Right. I think we believe that is about as much as we do now. I specifically remember her actually saying, like, we'll worry about that later. like, we're all going to kill each other when we meet up, right? Like, that's not...
Mm-hmm. Either that or she's going to make me kill all of you.
Is that a legitimate concern? You still got, like,
how much has Kaless
the Winter
informed?
Soldier code in your head?
Yeah, basically.
She hadn't told them shit.
Okay.
Do we
They
even
just
know
know
that you have a connection with these
stuff.
people?
I mean, it was kind of.
Yeah, you got really scared of them and like shut down when they were around.
She got real quiet. So, other than that, no, she hadn't really mentioned anything.
Okay. Well, let's press her this time. What insurances do we have that this whole meet up and head into the tomb together situation is going to go amicably? Now that we've all got what we're here for.
She says, I know that you are no fools and that you will make the right decisions. That will benefit us all.
Doesn't answer my question in the least, lady.
See you
For
soon.
all we know. Oh, great. Click.
Click.
Sorry, I'm going into a tunnel. Can't hear you. Is this eye still on?
Yeah. All right, we're going to have to figure out how to handle that.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Of course.
Then I'll turn into a T-Rex and just eat me if I start to try to go crazy.
Someday.
Hashtag goals. So the next day, you guys are waking up and you realize you hadn't really had a game plan for meeting back up with Artus yet. you all had traveled outside of the royal palace and made it, and you ended up on the other side this time, and had crossed the water just to try and kind of get away. It seemed like the quickest spot to go to, and you find like not a nice ruined building to camp out at that seems like a decent place to hunker down, that's well enough away from all the other kind of dangerous areas that you've been to. Put you back on the Omu map just so you can see this map again as you guys are back to the ruined city outside of the palace. And Xandala says, I am grateful for the rescue. Let's see, where is Xandala? I always like to put the pictures up when I'm talking as that person. There we go. I suspect you did not infiltrate the temple on my account. You did what was necessary to accomplish your mission, however. Very necessary. She stares at your snake eyes and fangs. She says, It is the same for me. My mission is the ring. Now, I can be a very powerful ally, and that is worth more than any amount of gold. Just help me get it, and I can help you.
Mannix goes into a coughing fit at this. Is this back to the same argument that she was making to us back in the temple, right? That about like, just give me the ring, it'll be great.
That she got George to agree to.
Yeah, she's kind of talking to you, but also all of you are, literally in the same room together. So she's definitely including everybody in the conversation. Yeah.
All right.
Celeste might not have many gears inside of her head, but the ones that she does have, they are turning.
Mannix actually starts, from what it appears to everyone else, Mannix starts whispering to himself, like inaudibly, and it gets more and more heated, like he's having an argument, but it's not involving any of you. He's just arguing with himself.
Like that, if I do this, then this will happen. But if we don't do this, then this will happen.
More like a one-sided conversation. It's like, yeah, I know, but I don't trust her. Well, I understand that, but if we do that, then no, you're not listening to me. that kind of thing.
Oh boy.
Oh goody! So you're going cray cray.
And maybe near the end of it, you hear a little bit of like, what are you talking about, the greater good? When have I ever... Okay, fine. It's in my best interest, maybe. But, okay. No, you're right. And Mannix will turn to the rest of you.
Were you literally just right there having that conversation?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like in the
middle of everybody.
Stares at you, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the rest of us just have the one eyebrow cocked as we're watching this whole conversation take place.
She kind of whispers to probably Theron or Celeste, is like, is it usually like this?
Who knows? Always been weird.
Mannix will tell the rest, like, listen, folks, I genuinely don't trust this lady. I don't trust that she'll do good things with the ring. I don't trust that.
Is this a separate, I'm going to talk to my party over here?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't an earshot of her.
Okay.
Yeah. She's turned on us multiple times, left us in a rut more than a few times. She blew up our dinosaur that one time. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, that was Theron's dinosaur. Pet.
That's right.
No, I don't remember that.
You had a Triceratops pet that was following you around.
It was a Stegosaurus.
Oh, was it a Stegosaurus? Okay.
Mhm.
And we came out of a temple, and she had blown it to pieces. It was just gibbed.
It was all a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And from everything I know about this lady, I straight up do not trust her with world-ending magics. Artus, we don't know him that well, but I think he's trying to keep this ring on the down low, keep it out of the hands of anyone who would, end the world with it. So as far as I see our options, I've got to deliver her to him. That's part of my contract. I have to fulfill that contract. But once the two have met, once she has laid eyes on the man, I am not inclined to help her take his property.
Maybe we
And
could just
that's
let
my
them-
opinion on the matter.
We could just let them kill each other. And then if they both die, one of us could have the ring.
Well, I don't trust us with world-ending magic either.
At some point, you realize you still have the 10-year-old slave boy child with you all.
Do we?
You specifically
Oh, no.
wanted to get him out of that dungeon.
Is he still a child at this point?
That's right. He's a man now.
He's probably
He's
a
seen
man
things.
now. Yeah.
Cody, what's your opinion on the matter?
He was reluctant to
You're-
leave the dungeon.
We pulled you from your family and friends and brought you along on our adventure.
Uh-huh.
What could go wrong? You're about to go meet a dragon man.
That's right. Maybe we'll give Cody the Ring of Winter. And maybe it's one of those only the innocence of youth can handle the power sort of
I was thinking like a
things.
Twilight Zone episode where it's the kid who's got all the
Oh.
godlike powers. And everybody has to be real nice to the kid.
Yeah. I don't know. What do the rest of you guys think?
I want that ring.
Are you okay, you want the ring,
Yes.
but would you I'm the only thing I am for at this point is not letting Xandala take the ring herself, because I don't trust the lady and I think she'll do bad things with a ring of that magnitude.
You think so?
Well, I mean, yeah. Quite possibly.
I think she's got the mad power hungry magician archetype waiting in the wings. That's the vibe I get.
It's not really our problem now.
I mean,
I mean,
I don't want to save this peninsula from a zombie apocalypse only to find an ice apocalypse waiting for us as we leave.
The sequel.
That'll be our next
I mean, we could just bring them together and then just be like, all right, y'all figure it out and leave them to it.
We could. At that point, I've really literally done my job.
Cat, seriously, get down.
George, how do you feel about the Xandala Artus Ring of Winter situation?
How about we just give her Cody instead of the ring?
It's that guy.
Here, have a 10-year-old boy.
Mhm.
That's my
So-
vote.
It's the best we can offer you.
Professionally, one of the it's either Artus versus Xandala.
Mhm.
Yeah, Xandala, you guys inadvertently rescued from the temple. Her side quest was to meet Artus, but then she revealed that she really wants the Ring of Winter, and that's what she's after. But she's promised to use it to help thwart major catastrophes, and specifically to keep you all as to be allies to all of you as well.
Well, George said, I say we give it to Xandala. She did promise the extinction of the Grung race.
Great.
What if we just give it to George? That way no one wins.
We all lose. Oh no! But that's
Aaron
my
is a
whole
George
point.
disciple now. Like, George, what do you think? Should you take the ring?
if she's willing to wipe out an entire race of frogmen just to get you on her side, George, do you not think that she will turn on you at the slightest, like, anytime that's in her best interest?
Of course not. I'm her sworn fighter now.
Oh no, he's drinking the Kool-Aid, guys. We're in trouble.
In exchange for wiping out the grung, I promised to be her fighter by her side.
I wish I had been here for this conversation.
I think you're having a little like a brown at the time. Like, no, do not let these characters meet.
Don't let her talk to George. Oh God, no.
It's too late now.
I say we put it to a vote.
Well, the problem is there's like 8 different ways we can handle this situation, and so far we've got 3 of them on the books.
Mannix brings out a whiteboard to start drawing on it. Here are the different situations.
All right, we got 3 ideas. Keep it for ourselves. That's Kalessa's vote. George wants to help Xandala. I want to make sure Xandala doesn't get it. Theron, you got a 4th idea? Or be the deciding vote. Just pick one of those ideas.
Give it to the children.
Ooh, yeah, let's give it to the kid. He's better than all of us.
You know, if we give it to the kid, does he become like godlike enough to where he can go back and save his people? Because that's a pretty cool story.
I think he
Probably.
deserves it at this point.
Yeah. If we give it to the child,
That's a pretty good.
He becomes powerful enough to save his people.
He takes the things that George taught him with his throwing axes and goes back to save his people.
You guys are writing the epilogue for me.
That's right.
George had a brownout.
No.
Come back to
Well, not just the internet.
Okay.
I didn't hear what Theron said, but
We should give the ring to Cody. That's my vote.
it's pretty tempting.
Let him go back and be the savior of his people.
That's true.
I mean, you did teach him well, and you could get him to repay you by destroying the grung for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not in a life of servitude.
Mm-hmm.
After all, who has more wisdom in having power than children?
Mhm.
Don't they teach us?
Theron's been exactly one child in his entire life, and it is this one.
And it was this one.
This one seems pretty on the level.
Who has the ring right now?
Artus. His whole thing has been just not using it and like keeping it away from everybody. I don't know.
That's good too.
I mean, that's not going to happen. There's always going to be those who seek the great power of the ring.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know if Cody can protect it.
I mean, once he gets it, he'll have enough power to do it. So
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Artus will become his mentor and teach him how to wield the power of the ring in a safe, responsible manner.
Wait, aren't we going to have to kill Artus to get the ring for Cody?
That's a good question.
that's fine. Cody deserves it.
George whispers to Cody, "You see that man?" As he points to Artus. "We're going to kill him tonight and get the ring for you."
What's his will soon be yours.
Happy
Artus
birthday,
is like,
kid.
I can hear you guys.
Well, Artus is not with you guys. That's why you're having this conversation right now. But as you all have this conversation and you're coming out of the building, you know, it's nice morning, birds chirping, rains let up a little bit, sun's actually shining. You head outside and you see Artus, Dragonbait, and Orvix approaching, probably within like 30 feet of you. And Artus nods to you all, said, "Hey, we had to stay on the move to avoid any nasty creatures. I wasn't about to trust those grung over at the shrine. Good to see you folks made it out alive. You get a chance to talk to Raz Nisi about Mesro?"
Are we gonna kill him or not?
I mean, I'm not. I don't think so. We're going to convince him to let the child have the ring.
Okay, perfect.
Because I'm sure that's going to go well.
Well, here's the thing: Artus has never met this boy. We could say whatever we want about it, Cody.
Yeah, this kid's got the wisdom of an entire people's in his head.
Yes, yes.
And he knows the path to Mesero.
There you go. Well, yes. So, hi, Artus. A lot happened since we last talked.
Long time no talk.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your face there?
Like I said, lots happened. I'm a snake
He
person.
died.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
technically a new person.
My God.
New face.
That's what
Your
I
face-
said.
This is Cody. This is Xandala. By the way, Xandala, she paid me to find you, saying that she was your daughter. I just recently found out she's not actually your daughter. I
Oh,
turned
by
to
the way, she
Xandala,
wants to
and
steal
I'll,
your ring.
yeah, exactly. I'll turn to Xandala and I'll say, like, contracts fulfilled. I found the man. You're welcome. Our business is concluded. And then I'll turn back to Artus. Like, she wants to take your ring, by the way.
Okay.
It's kind of funny
He-
how during this whole adventure, it's never once come up that his daughter's looking for him. Maybe you could mention it to Artus, but
I did, and apparently he's got a bunch of like bastards in the world that he doesn't know about. So
He kind of waved it off as like, I've lived a long time and
yeah,
there could be
it was-
kids out there. I don't know. And I remember it came off like he's just like a world-class deadbeat dad. Just,
yeah, he seriously.
Yeah. He wasn't too concerned about it. But when you mention that, immediately his entire demeanor changes and his eyes narrow and lock onto hers, and his hand goes to his sword, and you see Dragonbait, the dinosaur man next to him, give off a scent of ham
Ham?
and baked bread. It
So it's ham.
smells delicious. Because
Ham
ham is like
sandwich.
anxiety, so it's like constantly just
Yeah, it's real
always
weird.
smelling like ham.
I
It's a
just
weird
figured
choice.
dinosaur people were just basically like really tall pigs, so that's why he constantly
Oh,
smelled like
okay.
ham.
He actually just smells like
Everything
ham.
else was just it's always ham and something else. So
Xandala whispers and says, all right, if you won't help me, then I just ask that you stay out of my way. And she immediately,
point of reference before we get too far, I
Uh-huh.
am standing directly behind her.
behind Xandala.
Yes.
Okay.
Just in case. Just in case.
She whispers to George and she's like, George, if you're indeed with me, now is the time for your aid.
Hold on, George.
And she
Nope.
starts casting
Wait.
us. Yeah.
I was gonna say let's talk this out, but she's like cutting us off and just going to ham on him.
Ham.
Yeah.
It looks like Artus is actually the one who is like near hostilities. Like he immediately goes into a defensive position. And
Well, I mean, we didn't just
can I-
tell him that she wants to steal his shit.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
And it looks like from what you can tell, she's not actually interested in even trying to persuade him. And she mentioned before in an earlier conversation that she knows Artus will not willingly give up the ring.
Okay, great. Lady, it has been a nightmare working for you.
I can't say it's been a pleasure.
George is going to follow Xandala's lead, so however this progresses.
Okay.
Oh, no.
She says, she just whispers,
This is when we finally turn on each other.
she whispers, just defend me from him. And instead of mentioning Artus, she actually motions, and Orbix is right there too, obviously. She mentions to Dragonbait. She says, watch him for me. And she casts a spell, and you see Artus's eyes go wide, and suddenly his entire body just relaxes and looks completely normal. And
Oh shit.
and she quickens.
I've seen her character sheet. I know what she did.
She quickens that spell, and then with her other action, she conjures a mage hand, which then begins to slip the ring off. And at that point, we can have
fire
every
my crossbow at Dragon Bait.
hang on. We're gonna actually let everybody roll some initiative. If you can see what our map looks like here. No surprise rounds. Xandala basically just used it to cast some kind of mind spell on Artus, who appears to be completely slack-jawed. And then she's got
And
a...
we've all long rested, so we're all full.
Everybody should have long rested,
Oh,
yeah.
right. Yeah, long rest. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, you guys did get a long rest. You guys just woke up literally from that long rest.
That's pretty good.
Oh, goodness me. Crit on the initiative.
Xandala.
Say hi to my mom.
Hi, Mom!
Hi, Lynn.
She's bringing me another whiskey.
Oh, man, moms are great.
About to say you might be able to just turn around.
Now there's a baby. It's all sorts of family showing
And
up.
there's a baby.
Emma, hi, sweet girl. Oh goodness.
Raymond is a new daddy. That's why I wasn't here last week. Pretty good excuse. Let's see. We've got Cody looks at you all wide-eyed and says, "Oh, who are these people?"
I don't know what's about to happen, Cody, but you probably don't want to see it. It's...
His back
Cody,
just
you
live
still
a
have
little
the
bit
10X that I
longer.
gave you.
just backs up a bit.
Now, are we going to test Cody's loyalty between you and the rest
Test his
of us?
loyalty. I need to long rest Gillian.
Cody, now's your chance to break out of that prison that you just left behind you.
You guys get half the hit dice back when you long rest, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Gillian's full. 3.
Although I actually didn't do any combat in that whole thing. Well, I had one combat, but
Yeah, you guys kind of... Well, yeah, you and Kless especially, but
yeah.
you all kind of made it out of that dungeon with flying colors. Okay, so this is the situation we're looking at with Kless actually going first. So Xandala has cast some kind of mind control spell on Artus, and she is using a conjured mage hand to slip the ring off of Artus's fingers, and obviously Dragon Bait is definitely looks like he's ready for ready to throw down. We'll start with Kless.
Do what you gotta do, Glass. At this point. At this point, just as soon
I
as
look
this
back
is
at Mannix
over.
to go,
Just do it. The sooner we can end this.
Alright.
I thought I was gonna have at least a moment to try to like work this out in a creative way, but at this point, just one of them's got to go down, and
I mean, you still
leaning
can.
towards the
I'm
lady.
totally here listening to what you guys want to do, but it definitely looks like hostilities are breaking out at the moment.
Right. I mean, I'm not opposed to killing the lady at this point.
Okay, so I
Can you okay? Here's a question. Can I, when she was casting that spell, could I do any kind of like check to see if I understand what she's doing?
Like what spell
Like
she's casting?
spell? Yeah.
Sure. I think we actually have a rule for that. Probably an Arcana check.
Okay.
Yep.
Do an Arcana check.
Give me an Arcana
See.
check. The DC is 15 plus the spell's level.
I would like to, if possible, check and see if the spell is concentration, but
Wow.
21.
You needed a 20. That's
That'll
pretty
do.
impressive.
Ah.
Mannix, you identify this spell as a dominate person spell, which allows someone to, completely control another person, and you would know something like this would certainly have concentration.
All right, then my idea is just I don't necessarily want to murder her over this if we don't have to, but at least knock her out of concentration so
Too
that
late.
Yep.
Will that hit her?
17. If she throws her shield up, she could actually defend against it, which she will snarl in a bit of a fury. And she's got her familiar with her back. Summerwise is actually like nervous even around her now at this point, and even is kind of like hovering off to the side and kind of shrinks away from her like a cat or a dog whose master is acting just really angry. And she kind of snarls at you, Celeste, as she puts a shield up of magical energy to block your blade.
Hmm.
I do apparently have inspiration. I've apparently hold on to it. We're gonna try that again. How about a 27? Can she block that shit?
No, she cannot. No, she cannot.
22 points of damage.
All
That
right.
should break her out of concentration.
Yeah, you slide that blade right in between the force field. Someone remind me on concentration. DC 10 or half the damage. Is that right?
Yeah, whichever's your
Mhm.
So if this is 22,
So,
that
20
means it would be an 11.
11. Yeah.
11.
Oh, that's
con.
not creeper.
Oh, what is this doll happening behind
What
you?
in the Jesus? All right.
I didn't see that. Your basement's haunted, by the way.
Apparently. I told
That
you
was
there'd be
pretty
a little bit of harassment tonight.
A little bit.
bit.
She does appear to hold on to her concentration, though.
Okay.
You see sweat like pooling down her face, though. 16 would not with the shield still up.
Mhm.
I can hear them upstairs laughing about it now too.
I mean, that was pretty good.
I didn't even notice you did. I didn't see it.
I just saw this thing behind the bottles, and I was like, "What the f is that?" And then it got closer. I was like, "Oh, that's not creepy." All right, well, that's my turn. I did the best I could, you guys.
All right.
Do I have to wait to talk to her till my turn? I mean, I guess I can wait, but
Yeah, at this point, probably. We'll let things
yeah,
unfold a bit. So Artus is currently mind controls. Yeah, I need to actually read up on it. Telepathic link. Issue commands.
You're supposed to have a save.
Well, he did that off hidden roll. Defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. All right, so its control is basically just to shut down. So he just completely shuts down, and he relaxes his hand, and you see the ring go into Xandala's mage hand, which is currently like floating next to him.
Was mage hand concentration?
I actually don't think so.
It's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
I can tell you. I can roll it.
Tell me. Hope not, otherwise I'm breaking the rules. It is not. Just lasts for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't put it past you to have cockamamie rolls that you would bring.
That's true. It has happened. But yeah, he just shuts down, doesn't do anything. We go to George.
George says, Xandala, I'll do it as you say. They're attacking you from both sides now.
It's like, just a little bit longer and I'll have the ring.
Wait. Oh, she used mage on her surprise?
Yeah, she used.
Okay.
She could actually do a 1-2 punch with her sorcerer abilities. She could dominate him and cast the mage hand. But
So
the mage hand's
her-
currently over there.
Okay, so on her turn, the ring will be to her.
Yes, that's her plan.
I guess. Okay. Okay. All right. You get the ring. I'll clear the path for you. And George runs to Dragon Bait. Right here. And he's gonna attack Dragon Bait. 18, and
Will
he's
hit.
going to use a superiority die. 18 hits, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Uh,
Dragon Bait is well armored, but 18 does hit.
I'm going to use one dice to push him back.
Orvix cries out, "What? What are you doing? What's going on?"
So, I do 17 points of damage, and also he has to do a DC save, strength saving throw, or else be pushed.
All right, he is pushed up to 15 feet away from you. You shove the dinosaur man backwards and slash at him.
5, 10, 15, 20.
You smell brimstone mixed with baked bread.
At least
Hey.
that one's not a delicious one this time. They're almost always delicious smells.
And then George yells out, "Mannix, you're not gonna get in her way."
George, she's not the person to hold the ring. We've had this discussion. Just because you want the growing exterminated, you can do that on your own time. You don't need an all-powerful wizard to do that. She's
Wrong
gonna
answer,
freeze
Mannix.
everything.
Wrong answer. George uses the rest of his 10 feet of movement to run up to Mannix.
Wait, me? Why am I the big threat here?
Because I can only go 10 more feet, and
No, okay. I'm the one who's here.
you're over there. And you answered incorrectly. Sorry, man.
What are you doing?
You guys are gonna have to knock George out.
We're gonna have to do something about George before this goes all to hell.
Well, I think it's already
What are you
gone all to hell.
Let me just make sure, but since I've attacked once.
Mhm.
That was my action.
Yep.
I can't grapple. Right, that'd be another action.
I believe we determined you can
a
actually.
grapple is an attack.
Yeah, you can replace an attack with a grapple. So as your extra attack, you could actually use a grapple.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll be kind to Mannix and use my extra attack.
And just give him a
Grapple.
hug. Just a nice, forceful hug.
A
Oh,
nice
you don't-
hug.
You don't think I can break out of your grapple, George? You don't think I'm strong enough?
Nope.
Wait, are you goading me to attack you?
He's trying to use burst psychology.
Wait, no. Yeah, exactly.
I can either grapple you or do 2 more attacks.
I don't know, grapple's fine.
No, let's hug it out. Let's hug it out.
Yeah.
I'm picking the kinder option, but anyway, what is it? Strength, athletics? What is it?
Yeah, I think it's just athletics versus either
I think it's
athletics or
either my
acrobatics.
athletics
Yeah.
or acrobatics, which
Yep.
I don't think it's any different. Well, my acrobatics is one better, so I'll try it.
See it.
Go ahead, George.
Oh,
Lord.
George comes in with a meaty hug.
Yeah.
Wraps
I
his
try to step
arms
away.
around Mannix.
George grapples
Yep.
Mannix. That's in my turn.
Oh boy.
I mean, the one saving grace that we can have knowing is that it probably requires attunement, which he's not going to be able to do in a fight.
That's the hope. But she's not going to just freeze us all to death as soon as she gets the
Yeah.
ring.
At least that's what I'm hoping.
What if she's had the ring before?
She's still tuned. I don't know how that works.
Was that it for you, George?
That's how attunement works.
It's. I guess it doesn't say Dragon Bait. It doesn't say anything about him being prone, does it? It just says it pushes him away.
I think he was just pushed away, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's into my turn.
All right, Dragon Bait. I was going to say roars in fury, but I don't think he actually makes a sound. So he just gives off so much baked bread and violets and violet.
Why is it always so delicious?
And runs forward with his sword drawn straight at George because George was the one who attacked him, and takes out his nice glowing sword in 2 hands and strikes at you, George.
Not bad.
You nod. Ignore the second one because you are not fiend or undead, so it's just 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And he'll do it again.
Damn.
For another 12 slashing damage.
I will say to Dragonbait, listen, knock him out. Don't kill the guy. We're having a little spat here, but we don't want him dead.
What
I'll
smells?
look
What
over
smells do you get off
Xandala's shoulder and be like, if you want to kill him, it's
Theron, what do you think of all this?
Cody, join the fight.
It's your time, boy.
What's happening out there? What is Mr. George doing? What's going on? I want to go back to my slave pit.
He's gone rabid.
run, boy, run.
Cody, trust in your mentor.
You know who's trying to join. I'm going to turn into an Allosaurus.
Like how you're trying to talk to him and all of a sudden he's like, "Ah!"
He just morphs into a giant monster. This kid is gonna need some therapy.
Serious
after this
therapy.
Is awesome. He's got people yelling at them for their loyalty.
I'm going to
Who do you love more, Cody?
fight at Xandala. Oh no.
Oh no. A gentleman's 11.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
A lot of that going around.
Mm.
Oh wow. 26 will do it
Almost
though.
crit.
Yeah. Yikes.
I
20.
fixed my sheets.
Yeah, you did.
Mm.
22 goes through,
Look at that.
bites through Xandala's force field, and once again she like gives off a gasp as she tries to hang on to the control. So that is same thing, right? DC 11 con saving throw.
Yeah. All right.
That breaks her concentration, so you can see Artus suddenly begin to kind of blink back.
And I yell at George, snap out of it.
Snap out of,
And then
snap out of what?
I look at Cody and scream in victory.
Blood drizzling from your jaws.
6 inches from his face.
A scream in joyful triumph. Oh god!
This poor child.
This poor child. So, Mr. Mannix, you see Artus snapped out of it. Currently, because we're in magic turn-based mode, the ring is off of his hand and in Xandala's mage hand, because we determined that does not have concentration.
Okay,
But-
Can your mage hand wrestle that mage hand for the ring?
I'll do you
Xandala
one
does
better.
look really masked up, I'll say that.
Okay. At this point, Mannix has had it with both of them, and he's kind of come to your side at this point, Kales.
Well, you know things are bad when he says that.
It's not
George-
good if you're on my side.
George has got him in a bear hug. He can't really move his arms, but with the bottom of his hands, he pulls his vest open. He goes, "Owly, take the ring. Fly far, fly fast." And his familiar, I believe this takes an action, is going to pop into existence coming out of his vest. It's going to grab the ring, because I believe an owl is stronger than a mage hand. And it is going to take off.
Let's Google it. Is an owl stronger than a mage?
Yep. I mean, Mage Hand has a strength something. I'll roll
Does
it
it?
again.
You can hold up to 10 pounds.
Yeah, it just holds up to 10 pounds. I don't know what the actual strength of it is.
Okay.
How much does your owl weigh?
It's a good. Owls don't weigh a lot.
Damn it, where's Gillian here? We need her to look things up for us.
That's right. We need our daily
Our daily,
section.
knowledge. Does an owl weigh?
Well, that's my intention anyway, is to have the owl grab the ring in its talons and
Okay.
fly away.
Okay.
It can, at most, only apply 10 pounds of force. It can carry 10 pounds, and it can only, at most, give out at least 10 pounds of force. So, like, what I'm reading on, like, some of the D&D things is, like, the strength mage hand.
Now I've got cousins missing me. Say hi to my cousin.
They're stealing your booze.
They're stealing my booze. Oh no.
Mage hand has a strength of 1, or depending on, like, your level, you could argue it up to 4.
Strength of 1, so that's a +1.
Mm-hmm.
So strength versus strength.
What kind of owl is it?
Let me pull up the actual creature.
I'm looking at it. Owl's got a strength of 3, which means it's a -4 modifier.
Yeah. It's got a strength of 3.
So the mage hand has a strength of 1. What is that? A -5
That's a
modifier?
-5. Yep.
So we actually have to wrestle this.
Let's wrestle. Let's go for it. It's gonna be your owl versus the mage hand. You've got
it's wrestling time.
You've got a -4. I've got a -5.
I'm looking to see. Hold on. I'm looking to see if there's
it's
any.
the weakest wrestling match ever. Just very, very light, slight creatures. Okay, is there anything you can do?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything I can do to help it. I don't think there is. Well, it is okay. So here's what I could do. There's 100 feet of view. I'm trying to read what as an action you can typically just okay. So I think it takes an action to cause it to reappear in any occupied space. Okay, yes, but I can with my cantrip summon my own mage hand.
So owls can produce a lot of force. If you must know.
Okay.
Looks like 8.26 kilograms of force, which is a little double and a half in pounds.
And it's fly. I'm having it fly.
Okay,
full
it's
speed
flying
at
full
the rate.
speed, going in. All right.
And my own mage hand has been summoned to help it to help, do the help action or whatever it needs to do to fight the other mage hand.
Okay, I think I got this. So no argument that the owl is stronger, but can she outmaneuver your owl with sleight of hand?
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to roll your 1d20 -4. I'm going to roll my 1d20 -5, but you're going to have advantage.
Okay.
Because of the way
All
the
right.
owl is swooping in, and that's something that Xandala certainly didn't see coming, and it's coming in at one smooth motion to try and do it very gracefully. But it's still a hard thing to nail, going through and grabbing this little tiny object.
Yeah.
So it's almost more of a dexterity move than an athletics move, but we're going to go with athletics for now. Because you are trying to grab it out of something.
All right. Do you want me to do first?
Let's have you do one, I do one, and then you do your second one. Unless, of course, you beat me the first time.
Ignore that. That was me clicking around in the owl sheet. Let me select Owly. The owls. Ooh, that's good for a -4.
That's pretty good. I rolled a 0.
She was moving the ring in an open palm mage hand. She was
Apparently
just
so, yeah.
It was a silver platter.
coming to her.
All right, Mannix, your owl, I meant to look that up too. How fast can your owl actually go? Or what's the speed?
It's it's got a 60-foot fly speed.
Wow.
If you want to count him grabbing the ring as an action, that's
Okay.
fine. I won't have him. If that isn't an action, I'm gonna have him dash and go 120 feet. But if that's an action, he's gonna go like the 15 feet or 10 feet from me to the ring, and then the other 50 feet just straight up into the trees and away from us.
Okay. Like up into the air or just out somewhere?
Up into the the treetops, like past the
Okay. Okay. So the owl shoots in, grabs it, and then flies up probably 100 feet in the air, like doing one of those like whoosh moves. And you hear a strangled cry from Xandala going, "No!"
All right, Xandala, you can stop this right now. The ring's gone. It's out of this whole game.
Removed it from the game. I purged it from my deck.
I removed it from the game. Yep.
Here's the thing. It looks like your familiar will only obey you or listen to you when it's within 100 feet of you.
I told it to just fly away.
It just flies on forever.
But I mean, I don't know how familiars work once they're out of that range.
I don't either.
I'll have to read.
I would kill it.
Familiar must be within 100 feet of you. It must be. Oh, sorry. That's to do a spell. While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate telepathically. You're right. So you just can't communicate.
So I can still give it orders, or I can see through its eyes if I'm from any distance. I just can't.
You yourself are deaf and blind.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. But yeah, once I give it the order to fly away, I can't communicate with it anymore. It's literally just gone until I give the order for it to come back.
Okay. But you can't communicate with it unless it's 100 feet of you?
That's telepathically I can't.
Right, there's a line. While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate it with it telepathically.
Otherwise, you have to like shout after it. I'm just trying to figure out how you get this thing back, basically.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Well, you know what? That could be a fantastic lingering thread because that owl has got the ring away. Well, you can dismiss it. I think that's the key.
I can dismiss it.
You can dismiss it. Yeah.
So here's my bargaining chip then. I can look through its eyes. So only I will know where it went when I dismiss it. So only I will know where that ring is to go pick up.
Oh, wow. Okay. You tell her that or no?
Sure. Well, yeah, I won't. I'll just say, like, the ring's gone. It's gone forever from your grasp. The owl is carried away.
You hear us both go, "No!"
Yeah. She snarls angrily at you, Mannix, and says, "You've made a poor choice today. We could have done so many good things with it. Had so much power at our fingertips."
I don't particularly like your fingertips, lady.
George says, "I'll get it back."
I feel like George is going to be a constant threat now.
Yeah. You just never know.
Hey, if you give me my turn, I still have my crossbow action, or my longbow. Just shoot the owl down.
The owl down.
All right, now I got my uncle and dad. Oh no, they've got weapons.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh.
They've come to play. You've got your own game.
That's right. By the way, Mannix has got two guards behind him with an axe and a saber. So you can do with that what you will. God, that is a big axe.
Xandala says, this isn't over. And she will try to... Oh, there we go.
Do I have any family members left? I don't think so. They've all come through.
We killed them all. She will zip out of existence, which... George, you can see because you've got your bandana of true sight, but thankfully, George is the only one on Xandala's team. And Xandala just actually nods to you respectfully, George, and then now that she's invisible, she will slip into the jungle. And at this point, I can kind of take you guys out.
So she's gone.
She's gone, yeah.
Do I get a chance to shoot the owl down?
Well, it's going to be... Yeah, how do you guys want to resolve it? I can keep you guys in combat, but at this point, it's Dragonbait is still definitely fighting George. How do you guys want to deal with this situation? Or do you want to try to take George down?
Let's do it.
George, you're out of control. This is your intervention.
Let's see. Does Gillian have anything?
We all just go to surround George. We all just move around.
Gillian could cast a... Let's see if Gillian can get a hypnotic pattern off on George.
All right, hold on. As soon as Xandala disappears,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this for the party, but you can't act on it. He's gonna notice Xandala's nod, and then he slightly nods back at her. And as soon as she disappears, he like kind of acts like he snaps out of it. He's like, what happened?"
I feel like that a deception check is called for in this scenario.
To see George, roll deception. See if you can pull off that you were mind controlled.
I would like to use my inspiration.
I mean, you can roll it first, but yeah.
All right, let me roll it first. Deception, you say?
Deception.
I have a -1.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to use my inspiration.
Go ahead, sir. 16.
Not
All
bad,
right.
not bad.
Everybody that wants to contest that could roll insight against him to see.
Well, I feel like, honestly, I feel like we would just kind of roll with it. Like if
Yeah, if you want to roll it, that's fine with me.
At 16, I feel like Mannix should just be like, oh, okay, you know. So, he already doesn't trust Xandala.
Yeah, you guys are all like, yeah, okay. George really got mind controlled there. Damn.
Mannix's now hatred for Xandala is blinded.
That was the Allosaurus, not Theron.
But you're
What is it?
Allosaurus right now.
Well,
He still has his
Allosaurus
mind,
is my
though.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
man.
I mean, Theron does trust George implicitly, so. How do you
anymore.
guys? Yeah, not anymore.
He
How
was
do you?
mind controlled. You can't not trust him for that.
Artus is still pretty upset, obviously, at no longer having the ring. He starts immediately freaking out, like, "What happened? What did you do? What's going on?" He's like pulling his sword out.
So you're the pansy who got dominated.
Yeah, calm down, man.
Calm down. You brought that snake in here to attack me and take the ring. We have to go after her. She's got the ring. I think.
He's being racist now.
Yeah.
Not all
I'm a
snakes, man.
snake.
Not all snakes.
Yeah. She's something else. She's dragon something or other.
You can't trust the dragons, though.
Yeah, snakes are all right.
The dragons got to worry about.
Artus, I appreciate that you've guarded the ring for so long, but I think
think
this
you
is
do.
this whole series of events should be should prove something to you. You're no longer
Yeah,
fit
not
to
to
be
trust-
the protect.
Not to trust any random strangers in the jungle. You see, Dragon
Hey.
Bait? I told you it was a bad idea to join with these people.
I straight up told Artus what I was doing. I told him about the woman. I told him I was going to bring this woman to meet him. I explained this whole situation to him as far as I knew it. I didn't know she was like literally going to try to like take the ring from him at the time, but still. I told him he was going to meet a woman that might be his daughter. Just turned out not to be. We didn't intend to take the ring from you, but the situation has pretty much proven that you're no longer capable of guarding this ring. If we hadn't been here to defend you, Xandala would have taken it right off your hand.
That woman apparently was stuck into the pit of a temple dungeon that you all went in. If it weren't for you, she never would have found me.
Well,
Wait a minute. How did you know she was stuck in there?
that's true. We didn't actually tell him that.
That's true,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd put 2 and 2 together. You said she was an Omu. You didn't find her. You went to the temple. You came out of the temple, and she's with you.
Fair enough.
If it wasn't her, it would have been someone else. Those those frost giants, if we hadn't been there, how would they have handled you? Actually, never mind. Now that Mannix remembers that situation.
Also brought the giants on top of him.
That was also our fault.
Yeah.
Well, still, the point still remains that when these threats did fall upon you, however they fell upon you, when they fell upon you, you were unable to defend yourself.
Whether or not we caused them or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The fact is they happened, and they will happen to you again.
Yes, and I will be ready for them without you.
You weren't ready for them this time. We took the ring, or Xandala tried to take the ring from you, and she almost did it.
Where is the ring? Dragonbait. And Dragonbait gives off some complex sense that you haven't heard, that you haven't smelled before. and Artus immediately gets his bow out and starts scanning the sky. Says, "Bring it down."
It's long gone by now. Do you know how fast owls fly? I don't.
You know, Mannix, you're technically deaf right now.
No, I'm not actually. I'm not actually like viewing it. I just
he
gave
really
the order
doesn't
to
know
fly
where it is
away.
right now.
I genuinely don't know where it is right now. I just told the owl to just fly away as fast as.
You don't
Yeah.
have to be connected? Gotcha.
Yep.
He can be to like directly see, but he doesn't have to be. Yeah.
All right, forget that then.
Suffice it to say, the ring is safe from all hands.
It will never be safe. That's been my burden.
Not anymore, my friend. You can live the rest of your life burden-free. That's our gift to you. Knowing that the ring will be safe in hands slightly more capable than your own.
One interesting thing occurs, though, and it actually reminds you of Raz Nisi. When you see Artus without the ring, suddenly he appears to be already like aging a bit before your eyes.
Oh no.
Oh, you killed him. Oh, you have killed him.
We're
Not
gonna
like
watch this man turn to dust.
no, it's not that dramatic, but you notice like a line on his face that like hasn't been there before. And
This is like the King of Rohan in Lord of the Rings. He's just slightly
Yeah.
grayer, just by his stages.
Mannix, have you ever read Lord of the Rings? Some bald, skinless creature is gonna find this ring.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't tell him that, guys. Once we're gone, I'll bring the ring back to us. It's fine.
Oh, excellent, Mannix.
Artus sighs and says, "Look."
George, you said that awfully menacingly.
He says, "Look,
Did?
I know how this works. I will give you a good reward if you can return the ring to me."
Listen, do you genuinely think you're the best person to hold the ring at this point?
No, but
Cody
I'm the
is-
best one here. I alone know of its
What do you mean you're the
dangers.
best one here? Why do you alone? Just tell us.
I don't believe any of you could withstand it. It's an artifact of incredible power and incredible evil. It takes everything I can not to use it.
Oh, we have a solution to that. Theron, take it away. I'm serious. He's like, yeah, present the boy. Sell the deal.
All right.
Aaron's still a
I know. I
dinosaur.
walk up to the boy.
Oh, I forgot.
Pick him up by the nape of his neck.
I just grab him and
This
walk over
boy.
to him and set him down.
Tell you what,
Tip
Artus.
my top hat.
He's dinosaur approved.
We'll have Mannix bring the ring back to you. You rescue his family.
Who's his family?
They're in the slave pit. I'm pointing at the kid.
Oh,
Mhm.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks down
Who
at
at
the
this
boy.
point, Calessa's never talked to this kid once. And then all of a sudden this like demon woman is now speaking about him, so I'm sure he's probably like shaking in his boots.
Like the kid is already past the point of like fear emo. He's in like that point of just like I'm beyond the capacity to feel scared now. He's just accepted what's going on. This is the new normal.
And when you do that, and we come out of the tomb, we'll tell you what we know about what was the name of that city?
Mesro.
Mesro.
Yeah. We'll tell you what we learned about Mesro.
His eyes shoot up, or his eyebrows. It says, Mesro. So you did talk to Rosnisi.
She'll just stare. Neither confirms nor denies his statement.
Right. God damn it, I hate you people.
No, Calesa's taken Wicklander Zulowski training, and she knows sometimes it's best to just be quiet.
Artus says, I didn't want to go in there in the first place. But and you all know, you don't know where it exits, but you do know that there is a back entrance. As you recall, that place by, or some of you actually, Mannix and Kless don't, but the rest of you, where the underground river was, it was actually a cave that led outside. There's a back entrance near the water.
Oh no!
Wow! Wow!
Lord,
You're getting punked by your family here.
I am seriously. Now I'm gonna,
That's nice.
now I'm gonna, which it's snowing in Chicago, by the way.
Oh wow!
Oh,
In case you're wondering where this came from.
I forgot snow existed.
I did too.
What the snow?
Artus seems trepidatious, but if some of you explain this back path, and now that you've cleared out a couple of the guards and done some things,
The monster.
then defeated the monster. He's actually a little bit like, very well. I don't want to see anyone enslaved by the UNT here. I suppose it would feel good to be a hero for once. I will need the ring back, though. I don't want to use it, but I just can't have it loose anywhere else.
We're the safest place it could possibly be.
Going into the... I think he does know where you guys are ending up, the tomb. I highly doubt that. In fact, I would call that the most dangerous of places.
Don't worry, we haven't died yet.
Yeah. We got 100% survival rate so far.
Well, don't look at Mannix.
Right.
Calista will just turn to Mannix and say, bring it back.
Really? You want to bring it back right here?
Now.
I shrug.
Cody flinches.
All right. Mannix will lean against a tree. His eyes will roll up in the back of his head, and he will look through his owl's eyes. And he'll turn the owl around, start heading back.
Okay. You feel like you were just at the very edge of where you could capture that owl. And in the distance, you can see the owl's like up in the air, and you can see like all of Omu around you. And just in the distance on the cliffs, you can see like some of those gargoyle statues begin to leap and take flight and come toward the owl. And so you immediately turn around and dive back into the trees.
Dive back down. It's dangerous, owl.
Because that's just what would have happened. You know that too. He would have had those damn gargoyles attack your owl.
Just take my
while you
owl
weren't
away
even
from
be
me.
able to look at it.
And that ring
all of a
falls
sudden
in the
your
hands
owl's
of some
gone.
random grung.
All right. A few minutes go by, however long the owl's been flying. Of Mannix just sitting on against that tree, white-eyed. I've got ice in my pants.
Is that some kind of code word for something?
Yes.
That's not as cool as the veins.
Wes understands what that means and stabs Artus in the face. No. That's not the passphrase. All right. Do you return the ring to Artus?
Is that what we're doing, Celeste? We're actually giving him the ring back?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But you are going to take this boy. You are going to rescue his family.
I'll take the boy.
Real fast though, I'm gonna fling Cody on my back and run around. Give him the time of his life.
Oh God! He looks pretty upset.
Cody, I can't tell you. Actually, Max doesn't know Cody. So Max probably wonders why they brought a 10-year-old boy with them. To be honest, where the hell did you pick up a 10-year-old child?
I'm going to assume he's thrilled underneath the screams.
Yep. Yeah.
Then I'll deposit him off my back as a slide.
All right.
Like the Flintstones.
And my owl will not even stop. He'll come bulleting out of the top of the trees, like just open his claws right above Artus and just bullet right back into the top of the trees.
Do a flyby.
Yep. As
Artus,
dramatic as possible.
Artus catches it and
Can let's try to like contest to slide a hand and grab it.
grab the ring.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, hold on. What's
So you
going
want to be like
on?
moving into position while this is happening, and then try to grab it.
Mhm. Hey, I got a red wizard. I gotta defend myself against here, man.
Let's do a contested dexterity check, or slide. If sleight of hand is higher, you can use that. You guys, as you and Artus both reach for the ring as it falls down.
I tell you what, guys, this has been a roller coaster. I don't know what's going on.
Can I try to snap the ring with my mouth?
Everybody goes after the ring as it falls. Everybody they do the classic like tries to run after it.
Mannix legitimately followed Calessa's instructions though, so he is not. He is fully thought we were going to give it back.
All right, Calessa, you leap up and manage to grab the ring very quickly. What do you want to do before you hit the ground? Everybody realizes what just happened.
She didn't think this through. This is as far as she got in her planning process.
It really is. I didn't think I'd actually get my hands on it. She literally will just land and it's just gripped in her hand. It's not on her finger. It's literally just gripped in the palm of her hand with her hand around it. And she just sits there and holds on to it. Like she's not moving. She's not doing anything. She's not attempting to put it on.
Okay.
She's just thinking because she knows she's heard what Artus has said and the trouble that has gone on around this damn thing. But like I said earlier, Calessa is kind of like an all about me at this moment right now because she knows that she has to go face something she doesn't want to deal with. So it's like one of those like,
Quick
it's
save.
like when Mannix was having his conversation with himself. No, and the greater good says to give it back, but no, I don't want to give it back. I have my own greater good I have to deal with.
George
Stealing is wrong.
I'll help you to kill all the grung.
Wait, is that all we had to say to get George on our side?
Yeah.
We could have said that an hour and a half ago.
I think he made that pretty clear.
Yeah, it's literally just one of those, like, she's just holding it, like, right here.
Everybody has kind of a tense look on their faces. And Artus, like, locks eyes with you really for the first time. And he says, and he just whispers, don't.
She'll let it go. She will actually do something that's not self-preservation.
Can I try sleight of hand?
We've all got our eyes on you.
Yeah. At this point, it would just be attack rolls.
Yeah.
Can I stab for the ring?
Before she lets it go, she points her sword at George. And then
Without even
Holds
turning
her
around.
hand out.
Stand back with his hands like, oh, nope, not me.
One hand with sword pointed at George. Other hand reaches out and begrudgingly lets go because she can feel. I'm sure at this point she can feel the power coming off of this thing.
Yeah, it feels
And-
powerful, it feels cold, and it feels unsettling.
Well, I mean, for me, probably not unsettling. But
Even for you, it feels like unsettling. It's relative to everybody. For you, unsettling for you would be like being near Zagmira is unsettling, and that's the kind of feeling this gives you.
yeah,
But
she lets
Zagmira was
it
also
go.
very powerful, so you feel that same kind of dichotomy between the power, but also the wrongness of it.
Mm-hmm. She just holds her hand out and waits for his to be underneath it, and then she lets go.
He takes it very gingerly and nods. Says,
And then she tells them, "Work on your sleight of hand."
yeah. Says, I know what this thing can do. There's a great power there, but the cost can be very great. And he turns to Mannix and says, well, I don't know if I've appreciated everything you've done. Frankly, you've given me a lot of trouble and a lot of problems.
But I've proven a point to you. You need to be safer.
You're like the guy that breaks into somebody's house and then tries to sell them like the
That's
security
right. That's
system.
exactly what I'm
It's like, you
doing.
see how
I'm
easy
like,
it was to break into this house?
See? It was real easy.
It was real easy, yeah. Glares at you. Says, I do need you all to succeed on this death curse quest. So, but I will attempt to help this young man free his people. And then
And if we come out, yeah.
if you're saying
you're-
if. If we live.
It's the
If
safest
we
place
live
in the world.
and if you live.
Yeah.
If we live.
If we live.
In some
and if you
low
live.
percentage chance, we all should meet again.
Yep, we'll tell you what happened to your wife, and you'll prove that you freed all the slaves.
He sighs. Very well. Suppose it's the best outcome we could have hoped for. And he
She'll
reaches.
just look back and be like, "You can always give me the ring back."
Yeah, he reaches over to you, Mannix, and kind of whispers in your ear and says, "Watch out for that one." He points to nods to Kales.
Listen, man, this was all very up in the air.
And also
I
that
had
one,
no
and he
idea.
nods to George. And also that one, and he nods to the Allosaurus.
Yeah, this could have gone a number of different ways. You are very, very lucky, sir.
Thanks. And as he pats your shoulder, Mannix, you actually feel a tingling sensation in your loins, no, on your chest. And
It's not ice that you feel.
I'm sorry, Theron. I'm leaving you for Artus.
All right.
He lights my loins like no
he
other.
lights my loins. Mannix, you look down and see that your vest of like 100 pockets has suddenly become enthralled.
Best of 1,000 pockets.
Why is my Google talking right now? Hey Google, stop. What the fuck was it just say? Did you hear that from upstairs?
No.
It was just telling about the
No.
weather in some city. I was like, what the hell did I just ask?
Ordering you a vest with 100 pockets.
I think so. I think I just ordered a vest on Amazon. I don't know.
Better not have.
You feel your vest of many pockets, whatever the fuck you have, that you originally found as a clue to track down Artus, suddenly glows with magical energy. And you feel that it's revealed that it was magical this whole time. And the magic was in you this whole time. And it has turned into a vest of useful items.
Wait, there were things in the pockets?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
You should have checked your pockets.
I should check the pockets. I checked like the first two and I gave up.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, it turns out the last ones. The vest is covered in several pockets, each of which is labeled with a different object or creature. While wearing the vest, you can use an action to rip off a pocket to manifest the object or creature. Summoned creatures not necessarily obey your commands and act like real wild beasts. They can be summoned up to 10 feet away. Once the last pocket has been removed, the vest becomes a dumb, pocketless vest.
Hey, I like my vest.
It includes the following things that you can summon: a 10-foot pole, a 50-foot rope, a normal dagger, a 25-foot wooden ladder, 2 12-feet-long wooden rowboats.
My rowboats!
Finally got his boats, everyone.
I knew I'd get you back someday.
4 potions of healing, 2 potions of greater healing, 2 swarms of bats, 1 10-foot squared
Batman.
cube pit.
Okay.
2 windows, 2 feet by 4 feet up to 2 feet deep, which can be placed on any vertical surface you can reach. 1 iron door up to 10 feet wide and 10 feet high, which you can place on any opening you can reach, barred on one side. And 1 rhinoceros.
Wow.
That's useful.
That's very useful. So useful.
He nods and says,
Oh my
I
God,
see you
have
found
to
my
save
vest.
the rhinoceros. You have to save the rhinoceros and launch it at the soulmonger, whatever that is. Or a
That's right.
Sararak.
Just drop it on the soul.
Nobody suspected the rhinoceros.
I'm curious though, does it instantly emerge from your vest? Or do you have some time to like chunk it?
It does say you
what
can
did
summon
it
up to
say?
10 feet away. So it is like
Okay.
throwing a Pokeball
Like
or
throwing
something.
a pocket.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
You're ripping a pocket off and
grenade.
throwing, and it manifests as you're doing that, yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be instantly crushed by the rhino.
That's right.
Instant
Oh,
crush.
no,
by
my rhino.
Rhino. All right, so Artus agrees to go with Cody, and
Cody's the leader now.
Cody's the
That's
leader
right.
now.
You do what Cody says, Artus.
He's your father now. What do you guys want to do with Orvix, though? Orvix just kind of was cowering that whole time, and he actually seems like he's still keen on going with you guys, if you'd like.
I
Can I
don't
finally kill
necessarily. I don't necessarily want to take him to back to the Red Wizards because he's like one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was employed by them, yes.
So I don't necessarily trust him to like be with them and not turn on us.
How does he feel about dino raids?
Amazing.
Oh man, you got like disco lights in there. It's a whole
I
thing.
do. I got disco lights in here now.
Oh,
The whole thing.
wow. All right, that life's kind of cool. What other neat things?
And you can
Uh,
see in the mirror clear.
That's what I can see, yeah. Orvix does seem like he's more wants to go with you guys rather than Artus, for sure.
Who wants to go with us rather than Artus?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're telling him what to do at this point. it's what he
Yeah.
wants, isn't it really?
Yeah.
I don't know, Celeste. You're the one who's going to have to deal with these Red Wizards primarily.
He's
do-
useless.
Yeah. Artus is your problem now. Kill him, take him with you. Whatever you want to do with this guy. He's a scholar. It might come in handy. He's also a
Orvix-
Red Wizard, so
Orvix
He's
says, I was
evil.
not. I've never been a red wizard. I'm just employed by them, is all.
yeah, that's what the Nazis.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of
I
them.
just
was
turned a blind
employed
eye
by
to their
them.
atrocities. That's all.
Yeah, that's right.
I would really like to see inside the tomb of the 9 gods, though.
Do you actually think you could help us with that?
I feel like
how-
I've been a decent help so far with the shrines.
I suppose you have had. How much do you know about this shrine? And I will pop down my lens at this point and really eye him carefully.
I mean, the
How
tomb?
much do you actually know? Yeah, the tomb. How much do you actually know about the tomb we're going into?
Says, not very much, I'm afraid. I haven't exactly been inside there, but there's sure to be some Amuan artifacts, and if it is indeed the tomb of the 9 gods, then well, that would mean that those trickster gods are in there somewhere, and I should be able to help at least identify their remains or murals or things they've left behind, anything of that nature. And all of that appears to be earnest and truthful.
All right, fair enough. But you are not coming along when we negotiate with the Red Wizards. We're not giving you a chance to go back to your former employers.
Oh, no, I imagine Zagmira may actually try to kill me. Or I'm not sure what she would do, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's gonna kill you.
I'll just go wait in the car then, right?
We'll tie you to a tree somewhere. We still don't necessarily trust you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Red Wizards did treat me a little better, I'll say that.
Yeah, well, they were paying you. We're not.
That's also true. They did pay me. When will I be getting my first payment, by the way? Everyone enjoys a nice laugh. Yeah. Everyone's laughing. We're laughing. We're all laughing.
Why are you guys laughing?
Yeah. Please, I haven't received my last paycheck.
You haven't worked here in 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you all make your way toward the obelisk.
Boy, howdy.
To the north, which is labeled as obelisk.
The whole time, Callis is like that 4 or 5-year-old in a car. It's like, hey, let's stop there. Oh, look, they have fun rocks. Let's stop there. Look, world's biggest ball of yarn. Totally need to stop there.
Yeah, you notice Callis being really extra anxious. Anxious at all, actually. She's usually not like this.
Celeste, okay, I really want you to dig down. And I want you to try to remember, as best you can, what it was about Zagmira that triggers you. Is it her visage? Is it her voice? Is it something internal, some sort of magical effect? Because we can help with some of those. Do you remember?
That's a good question. Would Callis know what caused her to basically become a robot? Husband of mine?
Yeah, I'm whispering it to you right now on the Roll20.
Oh, okay. She would know it was something arcane, but she wouldn't understand what.
Okay.
She's not any kind of like a spellcaster, really, or a spell user.
Right,
So-
but something spell related.
Mm-hmm.
Something spell adjacent.
Spell adjacent, yep. Oh, Lord.
Jesus.
My God.
What is that?
They're getting just more and more drunk, I think.
Am I getting drunk or are they getting drunk? I don't.
Maybe a little of both.
A little both.
Mm-hmm. They did take that one bottle of alcohol.
They did. And now they're drinking it and dressing like turkeys.
As you all approach the northern cliffs, Calais, you feel a dull pain in the back of your head, like the beginnings of a migraine, except you never get migraines. And you can physically feel
Sorry.
Zagmira's presence as you all get closer. Near the base of the cliffs, a 15-foot tall obelisk of cracked stone is draped with vines and black moss. Behind it, you see a dark passageway obscured by withered creepers. A second smaller tunnel burrows into the base of a cliff to the east. Surrounding the obelisk and barring the path to either cave are a dozen or more human figures, each with the some with the distinctive red robes and tattooed, shaved heads of the Red Wizards of Thay. Everyone looks armed and alert. A tall woman with a commanding presence addresses you. Her face is split right down the middle, one side youthful and the other decrepit. She says, "We finally meet in person. You have made such impressive progress in Schult and here in Omu." And Kaless, the pain in your head worsens, your vision begins to blur, and you get a little dizzy. And she says, "You are no fools, so I will speak plainly. We intend to enter the tomb and take the soulmonger back to Thay for research. It will be easier if you hand over the cubes and walk away." And why don't we take a quick break, and we will come back with this confrontation in about 10 minutes.
All right.
All right. I believe we are coming back from break time. So, as I mentioned, you all have made it to the base of the cliff. You are facing the obelisk. Take this map and scroll all the way down to about the middle, and you should see what your situation looks like. There seem to be a bunch of figures surrounding the obelisk. A lot of armed guards, some with bows, some with daggers, some with swords, and several robed wizards. And then the person that you can both hear and recognize as Zagmira, who currently has like this translucent flame like encircling her body. You could feel like this just power radiating off of her.
Has it been 4 hours since I went to Ellsworth form, do you think?
Oh yeah, I forgot you're still in Allosaurus form. No, it has not been. It has been
Okay.
probably maybe half an hour since that occurred. Assuming you guys didn't actually stop and do all the pit stops that Celeste was talking about. Yeah, you are in Allosaurus form.
There's an awful lot of guys here.
But they don't have a dinosaur.
But she just mentioned that. Sorry, were you saying something?
He can only transform every 4 hours.
I can transform for 4 hours.
That's as long as it lasts. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were still Allosaurus.
We're slowly creeping in the 12-hour territory. One full day.
Oh boy. And she had already addressed you all and said that it would be easier if you hand over the cubes.
I tip my hat in dissatisfaction.
Yeah, maybe, but what are you going to do with them?
We are going to enter this tomb and take the soulmonger for ourselves. Clearly, it cannot be kept by a being like a Sarak and used so recklessly as to drain every soul on Faerun.
I don't see that you're going to be much better with this thing.
Your
From what I know
opinion
about Red Wizards.
matters not.
Hey, you asked for our help. Remember that, lady.
And you obeyed nicely.
All right.
Plus gives off a small growl at that.
In fact, my line of thinking is that I did you a job, ma'am, and you should pay me for it. But beyond that,
if money is all you care about, then money is all you'll get.
Is that all? Are you still?
Says your reward will be leaving here alive, but perhaps returning my property to me. She gestures to Celeste. I could have some compensation.
We also ain't in the business of slave trading, lady.
She has served you well, but I made
She
her.
hasn't served any of us. She's done whatever the hell she wants to do.
I will step here in front of Coles and Mannix and the rest of Xandala's forces. George just happens to be there.
Yeah, you're not getting a human or a half drow assassin back because she doesn't want to go back. I assume you glance back at class. Do you want to go back? I mean, I don't know.
Plus just growls again.
All right, class, you should keep it together.
Yeah, you actually do see. She appears to be trying to keep it together, but you can see physical exertion going through her face to a degree that you haven't really probably seen before. So she's usually pretty stoic whenever doing any kind of task, but
Class, would it help you if you believed utterly that Zagmira was somebody else? Do you think that would help you with this process? I can make that happen for you. Mannix can give you what you need.
For like 60 seconds.
yeah,
Yeah, for 60 seconds.
You want to fly high as a kite? I got you.
For 1
You
minute
don't
at a
even
time.
be here anymore.
I can phantasmal force your ass. You'll believe she's a fucking unicorn. It'll be fine.
Mhm. She contemplates it. Really contemplates it. And then shakes her.
And then what?
And then shakes her head.
Okay. All right, just keep it
And
together.
just pats Mannix on the head.
Zagmira sighs, and as she's talking with you, Mannix, she kind of twirls her fingers a little bit. And Coles, I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize to the rest of the party.
And this
now.
one seems to cut right through you and doesn't care about any of your drowness or anything to that nature. And you can feel Zagmira's control seeping in. Mannix freaks
Sorry.
out.
We had a long rest.
Yes. Oh,
I
yes.
Get my portent's back.
Get your portent
I got
die.
I got my magic.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she already rolled 16, so I'll let that roll for the time being.
Okay. Coles, you feel like you are almost able to withstand the effects of her mental grip and power over you, but you suddenly feel your body just relax in a very frightening way, and your whole body just calms down. You kind of flex a little bit, and you just see Zagmira, like her crooked half face kind of splits into a grin, and she says, and this occurs at the exact same time, and she says, "Give me the cubes," at the same time as Coles, lightning fast, reaches around you, Mannix, and brings her blade up to your neck, and Coles whispers, "Give me the cubes."
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I should have used that 20, shouldn't I? I thought a 16 was good enough. Oh,
And you see
I did
all of
too,
the
I had no
guards
idea.
begin to take out their weapons.
Class, do you think when do you think you're going to be able to re-roll the save?
And I'm going
I
to
have
ask.
no idea.
Because
I have no idea. I don't know.
I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and roll initiative from here.
The only thing he asked me was, do you want a saving throw or a word? That's all I was asked.
a saving throw is a better bet.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta click my character token. Well, at least I did poorly on my initiative.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Who wants to control Gillian?
I will. It's fine. I'm trying to.
I mean, it might
Yeah.
be a conflict of interest if I do.
Ooh, I'm seeing some green initiative numbers. Look at that. Yeah, you see everybody pulling out daggers, swords, bows, flames in hands.
Well, I mean, my initiative was better than yours, Mannix.
Mm-hmm. What was that? It was actually a 12.3. I will correct that.
Do I need to roll for Gillian?
Yeah, I may not be the best person to actually control her because my laptop is not quite keeping up with things.
I can do it.
Okay. All right, Theron, you should have control of her sheet.
Oh my goodness! Hey, my frog!
Give him the frog.
Because Larry was saying when I went back up for the break, he was saying, you could have just swallowed that ring. it's like I do have a magic frog. He could have swallowed the ring.
Ah, yeah.
And now here's my magic frog.
Mm-hmm. The magic frog. All right.
Was
got-
it-
Go right here.
What is that sign behind you?
Oh my god.
No,
my
don't.
granddad was a funny dude, by the way. It's
I've gathered that from all of the fun things that
From
your
all the
family
fun things, yes.
continuously found, yes.
my granddad's house is it's an interesting place. Yeah, it's a dog. No, thank you, dog pooping sign.
You've got this whole set. This has been dynamic this whole time. Like, just things start appearing and changing. It's like you've got a whole set crew. Like,
It's just
it's exciting.
changing out props.
Yeah, like in
It's-
live. All right, George, you get the drop on everything. You currently see Celeste with a blade up to Mannix's neck, and it looks like Zagmira has some control over her. But you also see everybody near this obelisk has pulled out weapons.
I would ask what's in it for George, but I just know no matter what we do, these guys are gonna kill us.
I mean, that's
So
It's
it's a solid instinct.
my next best option is to disarm Colette. I don't know in this world how I would do that. Will you let me
I think they're.
is there something I could do or
Yeah, let me see if there's a
give me my
disarm.
options.
In fact, we do have disarm. If you look at our house rules under additional combat actions, you make a normal attack roll, but it's versus the foe's athletics or acrobatics rather than their AC. It does no damage, but if you're successful, you do cause the foe to drop their weapon.
Well, I have to read that. How far down is this?
It's about 2/3 of the way down under additional combat actions.
There we go. Normal attack roll, so I get all my dexterity bonus and all that proficiency.
Mhm.
But the foe's strength or dexterity rather than AC. So no matter what I do, it's still an attack roll. It's just, I guess, do I do damage or don't? Let me look at this.
For disarm specifically says you don't do any damage, but you do cause the foe to drop their weapon.
Which one? I have two.
I guess you've
You
currently
have
got the.
You have both of them on his neck?
Hmm?
I-
You have both of them on his neck?
I know I have at least one.
Oh, well, that'll make a difference if it's 1 or 2.
Up to you, Gilles.
Well, in my brain, it would be the dagger in one hand around Mannix's throat because, Mannix is a little wiry and you don't really need to overkill the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So it's her offhand up and around, and then her normal hand is down with the bob pointing down.
And I don't know what happened to Celeste, right?
We've all got a general idea what's going on, right?
Well, here's the question you'll have to play with yourself. Is Celeste just trying to go with it to try to get us all from not dying?
I don't
Or
know. From the discussion we had about it being a magical effect, and now, I don't know.
And one more question before I act. But is our party trying to get inside as well?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's our whole goal, I think, right?
This is the entrance to the tomb where you need to go, yes. But currently, the Red Wizards have some of the cubes that you need. You guys have like 2/3 of them, and they have the other third.
I see.
But right now, they are trying to kill you to take your portion of the cubes. Or just take your cubes, I guess.
However that happens.
Yeah, however that happens.
All right. Well, this may or may not be a waste, but George is going to grab Mannix's arm and say, "Trust me."
I don't know if I do
As he
right
pulls out his cape of Mountebank. And assuming Mannix
Okay,
comes
I'll go with
me,
it.
We're going to poof right over here.
Okay. You grab onto Mannix and teleport him using your magical brimstone cape. And appear about, was that 20 feet away?
I'm going to be right here, and then Mannix will be behind me. Is this a tree? I don't know if it's Matt.
Yeah.
Like, is this a tree? Okay, Mannix will be behind me right here.
So you're here like this?
No, I'll be right here.
Oh, okay, sorry. Gotcha.
Or sure, I'll be right here.
Okay. You poof out of there, Nightcrawler style with Mannix. And Kless is just left there with the blade.
and she literally holds the position.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
What are you doing?
Zagmira snaps and says, "Get them!" And it is the thug's turn. Rolled a 20 with them somehow. And they are... Who has the cubes also? This is important information.
Listen, the Red Wizards would know as well as we do right now. Which is not at all.
That's true. They probably wouldn't know. But for my sake, who would have the cubes?
How many do we have at this point?
You should have 5, I believe. And they should have 3.
Let's say
Or no.
each one of us has one.
I actually just don't want to get overrun with all these guys. Very diplomatic of you. All right, well.
We never really discussed who's holding these things, yeah.
Sure.
How big is each cube?
They're like
Cody.
the size of a dice.
Cody
We left him with the
more
cubes. All right, 2 of the thugs are going to go after the dinosaur, and 2 of them go after George. They have pack tactics, but that's only going to come into play for the second one. So the first one, which is going to attack the Theransaurus, is not going to have advantage with 2 attacks on Theransaurus. 22 for 7 damage.
Yep.
Smashes into your side. And then the other one will have advantage.
Wow.
I got a crit out of that. 16. What's
no.
your AC with the dinosaur?
Yeah, both those hit.
Okay. So that's going to be a 7 plus
Except
12.
they cannot be critted against.
You cannot be critted against. That's true. So just ignore the extra number.
Okay.
So just 15.
Another 15.
Yep.
Oh, just 15.
I'm glad you remembered it this
It's
time.
just 15. I know. We finally remember the benefits. Speaking of the
that's
benefits,
great.
show me that enraged roll, please. Although
How
you
many?
this point-
3 or 1?
you've got plenty of targets, so it's a target-rich environment, we would say.
All right.
Is it each time you take damage?
Yeah.
So
Nicely
wise. So wise,
So
Theron.
wise. All right, and then same thing on George. The first two do not have advantage. 21, George,
Yeah, that hits.
for 7, and then the other one does have advantage with pack tactics. 22 for another 8, so 15 total.
Okay, that's fine.
I accept.
Actually, no. I'm gonna parry that 8.
Okay.
So roll 1d8 plus my dexterity modifier is a 2. So I parry 6 of that damage.
Okay. Just to bring up your blade and deflect most of his crushing mace. Next up is the Theransaurus.
All right. I will. Let's see. I'll actually heal myself.
Use the
I hope this works. I don't think I've used it before.
Yeah, I don't think we have either. God, session 69. He's just now using his wild shape healing.
Okay, so it should just be. $15 then. Okay,
Okay.
it's not too bad.
That's a bonus action, right?
Yes. Then I'll try to bite the head off of number 1.
Theransaurus roar. $18 will definitely hit.
Ooh.
For 29. My goodness. That is going to be massive
Holy
damage.
mackerel.
As you clamp down on that guy. Though he makes the con save against the trauma, but you rip off his like entire shoulder.
Nice. Go wobbly arm.
Yeah, looks pretty bad. We've got Gillian.
All right. Gillian is going to fulfill a lifelong dream of Theron and cast Polymorph on Theransaurus.
Wait, what?
Polymorphing somebody who's already wild shaped? This is bananas.
Theron turns into a dinosaur. Gillian
gonna
turns the
turn-
dinosaur into.
A bigger dinosaur. I'm going to turn to a T-Rex.
Oh no.
This is what we happens when we
no.
give him the characters.
As soon as they say a spell, however, one of the wizards holds up a hand.
No.
However,
Oh.
I think I have to roll. Let's see. You attempt to interrupt a creature of the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell has no effect. But if it's 4th or higher, have to make an ability check using the spell casting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So I actually have to make a check on this. So that is going to be a DC 14. So that is, let's see, spell casting ability, which I think is just an intelligence check then at that point. Let's see if you can make a
Make it fail. Make it fail.
14
Chris.
or higher.
Chris, make it fail.
Yeah. What? Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yes.
For you, Theron. For you. Mannix will look at the wizard and see his arms moving about and be like, Gillian's got this. I've seen her cast. I've seen her practice a spell at night.
Practice it.
There's no way she can fail.
Has she ever actually
And
gotten
that
off the
was-
polymorph successfully yet?
I don't
I don't know. And he is going to roll a 9.
Okay. So you divine, portent, see it before your eyes, and he tries to counter that spell, but his counter spell fizzles, and it successfully goes off where Gillian transforms the Allosaurus into a bigger dinosaur.
Just an upgrade.
Because now when he loses all the T-Rex hit points, he becomes the Allosaurus. And then when he loses all the Allosaurus hit points,
It's like
he then
Inception,
becomes
but
Dinosaur.
dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it a
dinosaur
thing?
Inception.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, when you polymorph, you return to the form that you were before.
This thing is also significantly bigger. We need more
really?
teeth.
Oh Lord, you're right.
Oh shit.
Does the T-Rex form suffer from the possible enraged?
That's a good
No.
question.
I
Ah.
lose access to all my equipment,
hmm
Interesting.
which I think the skeleton
Yeah.
sort of counts as equipment. So
That's true. He probably doesn't get any of the benefits of the skeleton either.
That's true.
right.
Yeah, that's how to
Polymorph
rule
T-Rex.
it. Yeah, you just don't. It turns all that shit off.
No, he just gets like quadruple the number of hit points.
yeah,
Literally a different body.
it's pretty awesome.
All right, I
It's
don't
been a while,
have.
guys.
I was not prepped for this, so I don't have a specific sheet for you, but
I've got it.
Oh, okay. He says that very confidently. All right then.
He had enough time to prepare.
He's been prepping this for weeks.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't have the actual. I mean, I have the sheet. I don't have like one-click buttons on there.
Okay. Do you have a way of keeping track of the hit points, or do I need to do that? It's got 136
Right.
BT dubs.
If I can have access to the token, maybe.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. We need more teeth.
Yeah, his bite does 40, 12, plus 7.
That's just pain.
All right, you should have access to the actual NP. If you just want to search at the top, or I guess it'll pop up easier for you.
I got it.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks.
Yours isn't the gigantic list of things that mine is. I keep forgetting about that. I have to basically search for anything that I want. All right, Gillian transforms the Allosaurus into a Tyrannosaurus. That's fucking hysterical. I believe that is her action, so we're going to go on to these other, which this guy will say, oops, let me move you. Say this guy got shoved back a little bit. The fighters, which look a little bit more decked out than the thugs, and they are carrying, they look a little more nimble, and they're carrying daggers and rapiers. One of them goes after the T-Rex, and Zagmira shouts, "The spellcasters, you fools!" But one of them is already attacking, and has, let's see, 3 attacks, 1 with a dagger, and 2 with the rapiers. This is against the Tyrannosaurus. 1,
13.
okay, 2, and 3. You're just gonna start shaking
Okay.
chunks out of this thing. For 22.
Okay.
And the other one will run up here. 5, 10. Actually, he's going to go after George. George is still closest. And something against George. So 2 rapiers. That's going to miss. That's going to hit. And dagger's going to miss. So George, you got 11 coming at you.
Okay.
Then we've got Zagmira. And
I don't see her on the turn order. Maybe I do.
she's the one between Kaless and the
She's not named.
She's on a name.
Oh, okay.
Autumn
Gotcha,
name.
she's the
Okay.
not named one. Gotcha.
14.14.
Yeah.
Maybe I forgot to have her name show up. So she's got to stay concentrating. She will. Okay. She'll weave her hands together and drop an oops, where did that go? Thought I clicked it. Oh, that's not working. Crap, my button's not working. She's gonna cast Ice Storm, and that's gonna be a 2d8 46. So I'll just go ahead and cast that. And on top of the T-Rex, Kaless and Gillian back there. 2d8. There we go. So I need Kaless, Gillian, and Theron Saurus Rex to give me dexterity saving throws, please. Yikes.
Is saving throw your proficiency bonus in there? Only if you're proficient in it. Never mind. Alright.
Right. T-Rex number and Dexy. And then can you roll for Gillian too?
Yeah. She'll use her inspiration.
Okay. Kaless and Gillian both make the save and take half damage. And the T-Rex will take the full 27. And the area is pelted in an ice storm.
Is that 13 or 14 damage?
13.
13, yeah. And then I think Gillian needs to make a concentration save.
Uh-huh.
All right, she hangs on to the T-Rexness. Kaless.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Hold on.
Yes.
Is this the same wisdom saving throw that you said?
Yes, this is the effects that she is trying to shake off.
Well, then I've got a natural 20 for you, Kaless. In my back pocket. Mannix, after getting teleported by George, he's just staring at Kaless, just whispering, like, "You can do it, Kaless. You can do it. I know you can beat this."
You think you can. You think you can. I know you can. I know you can.
All right.
And she's going to roll a 20.
You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down.
And that is all the important die for this day, folks.
I used them in the first 20 minutes. Yep. All right, Kaless, you feel your whole body was relaxed, but also very methodical, and now all of a sudden your arm just goes slack as you feel like a light switch has just been turned off.
I don't know. I think if she could feel the hold, she would just still maintain her composure.
Okay.
And she's pissed. Like this is now very, very angry. Kaless, she'd like to do something dangerous.
Let's get
Danger time.
dangerous.
Kaless would like to run up the back of the T-Rex and somersault and land in front of Zagmira.
Excellent.
That is exactly what Kaless would like to do.
That's probably going to take some kind of acrobatics check to run up the back of a T-Rex and somersault down.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, give me some acrobatics and you can run up. You've actually done this kind of similar maneuvers before. It's not outside of your wheelhouse. All right. You are able to...
She's pissed.
She's pissed. She's pissed. Jumping on top of the T-Rex and just running across it full tail as the T-Rex is like spinning around, trying to avoid getting hit. And you do a leap off And what, you want to end up like right in front of her?
Yeah. I do. I'm
Okay.
sure this is not going to go well, but
Yeah,
I
as soon
do.
as you do, you feel like literal heat radiating off of her, and you can see flames licking around her body in like a protective manner.
That's okay.
And she is all of a sudden, her eyes just grow wide as she sees you just charge and jump off. She's like, no, no.
All right.
The goose is loose, but
The
she's
goose
not
is loose.
There's no good name for Celeste that rhymes with loose.
The caloose.
The caloose is loose.
So she'll look at Zagmira and go, "I'll get to you in a minute."
Ooh.
And then
Here's
she's
my
gonna
card.
She's gonna turn and go for this one.
Okay.
This number one person. I don't know who they are.
They look like just a more dexterity fighter. They've got several, kind of look like you, honestly. They look like they've got several blades, smaller blades, and look more nimbly, more trained than the lummoxes out front.
Okay. Actually, I'll go for this one.
One of the wizards.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna go for a wizard. Namely because they haven't gotten combat yet.
Get you a wizard.
And I'm pretty sure they're a little shocked by what just landed in front of them.
Yeah, they're not a fan of that.
Yeah. Would you say that they were surprised?
No, you guys did not surprise them. You might even recognize some of these wizards.
Surprised by, I'm saying that they should be surprised by the fact that I landed in front of them. That should cause
And that
a
is surprising,
level
but
of shock.
mechanically, you did not have a surprise drop on them. Good try, though.
They saw you coming from a mile away.
You literally ran up a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You're the most visible thing for that time.
It was surprising, but they are not in the surprised point of view. 24 is going to hit. I don't think his shield's going to help him there.
Probably not. For 27 points of damage.
Oh, mercy. You stabbed into his side. He gives off a gasp. He says, Zagmira, your control. I know, fool. Must have learned some tricks with these ones.
Oh, that one won't do it.
Not so much.
Alright.
That did do a hefty amount of damage, but it was not quite massive damage to these.
Oh,
to that wizard.
come on.
Yeah. You know, the red wizards are pretty real deals. But he's definitely bleeding pretty bad.
Alright. I knew I was going to regret coming up here, but...
Well, now
Not
it's
here.
Mannix's turn.
Oh, what am I gonna do?
Run away!
Run away. Good luck,
I've used
guys.
both my port and die. My work here is done.
Well,
I'd be fine
Mannix-
with that.
Yep. Mannix has done everything he's capable of doing. Let's try a spell that a UNT master just taught him. It's probably not gonna work, but
By my new Lord Rosnisi. Oh wait, I said the loud part. The quiet part loud.
I was actually
Did your
gonna do
hit
this.
points go up when you transformed? Uh-oh.
To the T-Rex.
No, you. Did your hit points?
Oh no. I just became immune to poison damage.
Yeah. And some other effects.
Yeah, and resistant to magical effects, which is really handy.
Yeah.
I am going to attempt. I was actually going to do this anyway to try to break Celeste out of her thing, but I was able to help her in a different way to do that. So, I'm going to.
I think we lost Raymond.
Oh yeah, he was in mid-sentence.
Mid-sentence.
There he is.
Sorry, my internet has problems. I was just curious, did your hit points go up when you turned UNT?
No, I got immunity to poison damage, but no hit point change. I am going to attempt to. Actually, I can only do it at level 2. I'm going to attempt to hold Zagmira. I'm going to attempt to paralyze her. I'm going to point my finger at her and be like, "You don't control our trained killer. She's our trained killer."
You see another one of the wizards raise his hand and attempt to
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
shut the spell down.
God damn it! I don't actually have or do I have counterspell? Do I have counterspell?
Counterspell the counterspell.
Let's do it. Do I have it?
I don't know.
Is that what I just learned from him? I don't think I did actually.
Do you have
Magic
third level
missile.
spells?
Oh, is it a 3rd level spell?
It is, yeah.
No, that may be one that I couldn't learn yet.
Mm.
Well, shit. All right, guys. Well, I'm meeting up their spell slots. They're
Yeah.
not useful.
Well, they also only have they each have a reaction, but you do see there are quite a few number of wizards out there.
Yep.
So, yeah, somehow you can keep track of 2 of them have used their reaction this round.
Oh, what is going on? It's like zooming in.
Uh,
Sorry, my laptop's not exactly.
okay. But counterspell does automatically disrupt lower level spells.
Like hold person.
Indeed.
All right. Well, that may be all I have here. I don't know how many bonus actions. Actually, can I use my bonus action to try to run behind a tree and hide?
Yeah, that's a rogue thing to do.
Use your body. Just flank this guy for me.
Oh, you want me to get in flanking position?
Yeah,
I can
do what Mannix does best.
Well, don't say that. What Mannix does best is hide and throw things from the shadows. I'll help you out. I'll get in flanking position with this thug up here.
That's not flanking position.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Takes him a second. Look at that, man. He's actually staying out for you.
Thank you.
Your mom really wants you to use your frog also.
Oh, the frog's a full action, and the frog at this point gets murdered real quick, Mom.
We want to see that frog.
Maybe I'll throw the frog out next turn. Frog's usefulness is limited at this point.
Yep.
Is that Betty Boop behind you?
Next are
Sure
the
Somebody replace the dock sign with Betty Boop.
so creepy. All right, next are these archers that have their bows ready. One of them, however, is right next to Kaless, so instead she's going to use her short sword on Kaless.
She can try. And fail.
17 is a fail. 18.
Damn it, that ties.
Well, for 5 damage.
Oh, whatever.
And then she will actually back up away from you, which you can use your reaction if you want to attack her as she
Damn straight.
attempts to back up with her bow.
Granted, I don't get my sneak attack added to it, but
16 will hit. You slash right back at her. The other archer will aim her bow at Mr. Mannix, because you came into view.
Uh-oh. Nice,
She
isn't like
gets
that.
2 longbow attacks. Number 1, 14.
That would hit, but Mannix will actually throw up his magical shield.
I think Mannix will just throw up at that point.
Yeah, also throw up. Why am I here? I don't like being here in the middle of the fight.
All right, your force field blocks it. Second longbow attack. What about a 25, sir?
Well, that'll go through the shield. Won't it?
I imagine so. So 5, and she's also going to use her Archer's Eye to add an extra 1d10.
There's the shield, just so I...
13 damage,
No, I
sir.
roll. Yikes! Okay.
Now
that
it's-
goes for your next attack. You
What's
can't add it to that one. You have to do it on your next attack.
mine It's a bonus action, the archer. Oh, it's a bonus action, the archer. You're right. Yeah, I had to use it as a bonus action. Ignore that 8. Well, I guess. Yeah, so it uses the archer's eye. We'll have to wait till my next turn. 5 damage, sir.
It's just
Give
5?
you. Yeah, just 5.
Mannix can handle that.
I need to read the fine print on that skill.
Told you, he likes to play cockamamie rules.
Almost got away with it.
Loose.
Not for you meddling adults. We've got some red wizards. One of them is going to use its action to cast Stone Skin on Zagmira. You watch her skin turn to hardened stone. She gains resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Another wizard is going to, let's see, cast Suggestion on George. George, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
I don't like all this mind messing that's happening.
Do you have advantage on saving throws against spells? You're correct.
Wisdom saving throw, you say?
Yes. Hold your spell sword up. That is good enough to resist the suggestion. And then the third one is going to third one's a little bit cocky. It's gonna stand back here. And Zagmira says, "Kalas, get her off me, she'll kill me." And this one says, "Oh, okay." And fires a
Sounds
light.
like a dum-dum for gum-gum.
Yeah, maybe not the brightest one. And fires a lightning bolt directly across into Kalas and the T-Rex. It is how big is that thing? 5 foot wide, 100 feet long. And he is going to nail Thug number 1 with it also. And part of the obelisk. So he fires this lightning bolt. I need dex saves for Kalas and the T-Rex. This guy's going to get killed regardless.
Ah, nuts.
Ooh, you guys are both going to take a full 21 points of lightning damage.
Yeesh.
That
That's
hurt.
an 8d6. Look at this damage. Oh my god, that's terrible. That was an 8d6. Look at all these ones.
There's a lot of ones there, you're right.
Wow, that is below average damage. That is a terrible light. I mean, I did roleplay him as just a shit wizard, so it was just kind of a fizzly lightning bolt.
It's kind of a fuck up. But
However, you see this obelisk crack as he fires this lightning bolt into it, and you see it kind of has this sudden split to it, and you see it starts like splintering almost like glass. Like it has like all those spider like cracks appearing all over it. Mannix, you glance over there and you do see, since now you're kind of close enough, you actually see words written on the obelisk itself. You see these words written on the obelisk. It says, "Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up, and the dead rise, and I, Acerak the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter take heed. The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only."
that is
All of those words seem
cryptic.
eerily important to you. I did add that to your journal under Acerak's warning, under chapter 5. But you see that, and then you see this. You see this obsidian obelisk suddenly start cracking and splintering, and like a black smoke starts like puffering out of it. She says, "No, what have you done?" And the top half of this obelisk suddenly just blows apart. And you see clawed hands appear on the top inside of the obelisk, and this creature pulls itself out. Big,
Oh boy.
giant tusks, hair, wings coming out the back as it pulls itself out of the ruins of this obelisk.
That's fun.
And you see what looks like some kind of demonic monstrosity. And the wizard goes, "My bad."
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And this thing looks pissed. And we're going to add it to the initiative order, but we're going to start out with Mr. George.
All right. He is gonna go for.
This is what you see.
Oh, ugly fella.
I'm gonna do a second one first with a bonus action. So roll 1d10 plus 7. I heal for 15. Good. And then I will attack number 3 with advantage. So 22, 6 damage.
Okay.
And then with my extra attack, I will hit him again with the same hand. 6
6 will hit.
or 8. Still alive, I guess.
Yeah, you hadn't attacked him since before this. You've done 14 so far. He definitely looks bloodied, though.
Action surge. I will attack him.
24. Well, George is in just flurry of blades mode now.
Yep, he's just going ham.
All right, this guy looks really messed up at this point.
Damn it, still alive. And then my
No one makes me use this many attacks. Oh, there's the crit.
Wow.
That's
His
what I was looking
fourth
for.
attack.
Yep.
All right, at a flurry of blades, Mannix, you just see George, like in a blur, just tear this guy to ribbons.
I'm happy to give you flanking position, George.
Mannix gives you a thumbs up.
And he's gonna try to protect Mannix by stepping here.
Admirable. Yes, chat. Gillian did get a turn. Gillian transformed the Allosaurus into a Tyrannosaurus. It was a Pokemon evolution.
Yeah.
The thugs are next. I've only got 2 left. One of them will. One of them is in really a bad position here between a demon and a T-Rex. All kinds of bad, but it's gonna. Luckily, they are basically controlled by the Red Wizard, so it'll continue on. The T-Rex. It does get pack tactics because you are next to the Swashbuckler. It's got advantage against the Theransaurus Rex. God, I rolled an 11 with advantage on one of them. First one is going to be 5 damage.
Okay.
Second one no longer has pack tactics on George. Number 4 will attack George. 20.
Yeah, the 20 hits.
For 3.
It's fine.
Then I get my new toy. Known as this giant fucking demon that crawled its way out of this obelisk. First thing it's going to do is it's going to magically emit scintillating multicolored light. It fucking turns into a disco ball, which is not what I expected. Not what I expected this thing to be able to do.
Nope. Oh,
Each-
shit. I turned off my disco ball.
Oh, we wanted to have the disco on, sir.
There you go.
There you go. Exactly.
Disco lights in your face.
Yep. And then suddenly you hear, Mannix, you hear the music.
Yeah.
This is called,
Yeah.
we call this horror nimbus, apparently. I need every creature within 15 feet of the demon that can see the light to succeed on a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or be frightened for 1 minute.
Oh, boy.
Everybody within 15 feet of our demon friend.
Wisdom saving throw.
As this disco ball suddenly comes into play.
It's not going well.
What's the DC on here? DC 15 is what we're looking for.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yikes, indeed. Shit, I'm gonna have to roll so many saves. I just realized.
Firstly, we need to pick our icons so you can mark them.
Did this
All
fat
right.
demon just come out of the obelisk dancing?
Yeah. The last thing I spent when this demon appeared was this disco music just started appearing. It's time to get funky!
Oh no, not the funk! Don't look at it!
Embrace yourselves! The Lord of the Dance is here! Are you feeling alive? Alright, wisdom save for the red wizards. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, wizards. Oh, wizards.
They didn't expect that either.
Oh, wizards. They sure didn't. Zagmira has advantage. Zag barely saves the effect. All right, so all the wizards. Somebody look up what frightened means also, because I'm going to have to do all this. We'll use the eyeball icon. Everybody's going to be afraid. All right, we've got archers. Our wisdom 1, archer 2. All of them fail. My goodness. Fail, fail, fail. And then we've got swashbucklers. Everybody's within 15 feet, right? They've got wisdom number 1.
Frightened means
2.
everyone gets disadvantage on ability and attack rolls.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
You can't move closer to the demon.
Can't move close to the demon. I don't know if anybody would want to. All right, and then the thugs 2 and 4. Look at that! Out of everything I rolled, 2 people succeeded, which was Zagmira and one of the swashbucklers. Everybody else is frightened. I need to look back up and see how you guys did.
Not great.
Not great.
Yeah.
Mannix failed. T-Rex failed. George failed. Kaless failed. Gillian's the only one that's outside of range. So everybody is just... oddly enough, the effect here, even though it's a disco ball, is that you're all horrified and scared.
Yeah.
Everybody's immediately afraid.
No one was prepared for this. Not a single person.
Nobody was ready.
We're all just in disgust, really, of what we're looking at.
Wait, I didn't mean to
yeah,
replay
that's
that.
kind of it.
Fun fact, it can do that and make its attacks. So it is going to attempt to reach down and bite this archer who's afraid. $18 is going to hit, and it's going to do 36 damage
Oops.
to the archer. And then it is going to gleefully claw at...
Is that not massive damage?
That is not massive damage on the archer, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's going to claw the archer one time. For 19, that archer's looking pretty messed up. Yeah, the Red Wizards had a pretty good troop of people here. And then it's going to claw at Kaless. 25 for 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Celeste is at a third of her life, by the way.
Oh, dear.
All right, Theransaurus.
Okay.
Funker.
Is Theransaurus afraid?
Yes.
No.
Everyone's afraid.
Everyone's afraid.
It does say that you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect if on a success.
Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to move closer, but I will move up here. And
Okay.
attempt to bite the red wizard.
Yeah, keep that underneath you. Everybody is just equally afraid of the demon in the middle, basically.
Mm-hmm. It's like environmental hazard. Point.
Yeah.
So I get 2 attacks. I get a bite and a tail attack.
Okay. I think you can't do both on the same target, though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'll do the bite against the wizard and the
Can't-
tail against the
can't twist around.
swashbuckler.
On fast enough.
So do we have disadvantage on all our attacks? Looks like.
Yeah. Unless you have advantage in some other way, and then it would cancel it out.
Got you.
But yeah, right now you've got baseline disadvantage until you make the save at the end of a turn.
So 18.
On which one?
The wizard.
Okay.
It's going to do 36 damage.
All right. You eat that wizard in a single bite.
Mmm. Boosty.
Nice.
Alright, then the tail.
That one was injured from Kales.
Oh man, forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She did
Get rid of
almost
those
half its health, and you
counterspells.
did the rest. It
Well, good.
was a
As
team
long as
effort.
for sure dead.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. 23 versus a 13. Damn.
Yeah, 13's not going to do it. But you've got flanking with Kales, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'll take the first one at 23.
I'll take 23 as well. Kales might not last long, but she will give you that flanking bonus right there.
For 18 damage.
All right. All right, you've got Gillian after that.
Alright, Gillian will cast Shatter.
All right.
And she'll center it in the back to where it's going to hit the. See, it's a 10-foot radius circle.
So it's a 20-foot.
Yeah. So she'll basically hit. Actually, she'll do the demon and all the 4 guys to the upper right of him.
4 con saves. One of the wizards will counterspell it.
Sucker, that was a level 2 spell.
Curses.
And
Set
then
up your spells.
I think that's it. I don't know what her bonus actions are, so
Basically, healing word, I think.
healing word. Okay. Is that a touch spell?
No. That is the one designed for combat, I believe.
Okay, I'll cast that on Kales then.
Oh,
And-
thank God.
She's got the bardic inspirations also.
Okay, I'll give her Okay, give it to Qawasha, or should I do it on the thing
What thing?
spell?
Oh. Probably heal class.
I mean, the Bardic Inspiration, I think, is just a free action, isn't it? Or is it a bonus?
Oh, is it?
Oh, it is a bonus action. Sorry. Yeah, I would probably do Healing Word.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that at level 3 or 11.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. What does Bardic Inspiration do? Anyway, that's my turn.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Swashbuckler will turn to Kaless and try to take you down with a flurry of blows. 18, not going to do it. 23 might hit.
Yeah, well.
All right, for
40.
8. But then it's going to use a bonus action to disengage, and it cannot. Actually, it's not afraid. It's the only one that made the save. And it's going to move over here, and she's like, "Go after that wizard in the back." It's going to move up to Gillian. And then the other one can't move closer to thing, so it's going to move over to Mannix, but it's going to attack with disadvantage because it is frightened. Attack Mr. Mannix. Number 1, 8. Number 2, 21.
I don't know if I still got my shield up, but that wouldn't matter.
Oh, for 12. And then that one is not going to hit. It is a repeat wisdom save.
And the shield lasts until your next turn.
Still frightened.
Yeah, okay.
So 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
Yeah. Kaless Zagmira will stare you down, says, "I'm disappointed in you, Kaless. Would have thought you would have appreciated coming back to the fold rather than with these ruffians."
Okay. She'll just, she literally, again, she just stares at it's like that unsettling stare, too. So it's like where it's literally communicating something, but it's not communicating at the same time.
Yeah. She sighs and says, "Well, I know when it is best to engage on better terms, and clearly this demon that was unleashed is not part of the plan." And she actually throws the cubes down at the ground, and she says, "Either way, we need the Soulmonger to be disrupted. Perhaps if you survive here, you will be able to do it. If not, then I shall return to pick up the pieces." And she will actually cast Time Stop, and all of you freeze in place. And Kaless, you see, I guess all of you still see the action happening, but you see her just step backwards and kind of motion around, and you see at least one of the wizards step back, one of the archers, and you can see some of the others try to go there, but she doesn't want to wait for them, doesn't even care about waiting for them. And you see her cast another spell. Wow, that is a giant
That's a lot of text.
fucking block of text. But she just winks out
There's a bunch of numbers in the middle of this.
That is, yeah. And her entire crew seems to teleport out, And when she does,
Whoa!
She can choose who to time stop because it just says just for everyone but yourself. It doesn't say anything about choosing who.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she stays. Yeah, she stays in the time. Well, she grabs people. Then I guess she picks them up and moves them, or she could move them with mage hand or whatever else. You're all right. Yeah, she
Mage
has
hand
to.
only lists 10 pounds.
Yep. Drags people over.
Crazy roll here.
She got to where she was, near some folks to do a teleport. I don't know what is the rule in. I think it's just a 10-foot cube. No, it's an object. You and up to 8 willing creatures that you can see within range. So never mind. She doesn't have to actually move anybody. She can just teleport people with that spell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She can actually grab everybody, right? 1. You and up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So everybody.
Would you consider someone who's been time stopped to be willing? 'Cause
I think they'd be willing, yes.
they can't have the will. They can't have the thought.
You really don't want these people to retreat, do you?
Fodder for the demon.
Yeah,
Right.
one of them can't come, though. The one that actually went after Gillian. Because I run out of people. But she teleports away. And when she does, you notice that one of the enslaved rogues that she had teleported away left behind a really nice magical dagger that you see lying on the floor where they got poofed away. And then time comes back into motion, and most of your foes are gone except for this giant demon in the middle. And oh crap, where was Zagmira? Whose turn was it next? I just deleted her off there and I forgot where she was.
I'm after her. It was the one of the other bad guys was Thin, and then it was me.
Wait, can I roll for the wisdom saving throw?
Yes, you can. Yeah. So it's you next.
Nope.
Celeste?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Okay.
did Gillian go?
No, that's me.
Yeah, Gillian went. The swashbuckler went. Zagmira. Okay, yeah, then Celeste.
Yep.
I will get rid of the others.
Okay.
Those are down. Yep.
Well, I guess I technically can't move closer to this thing, but I'm not really.
You're right up on it.
Okay. Well, shit. Nobody is around. I need to get my sneak attack off. So I guess it's just a regular old attack then. Whew. So that's at disadvantage?
If you are frightened, yes.
Yeah, it was.
And you can repeat the save after. $16 is not going to hit this massive blubbery demon.
Alright, what was the save again?
Uh-oh.
Wisdom?
Yep, DC 15, wisdom.
Nope.
He's got the thick skin.
Thick skins, yeah. Mr. Mannix, you are next. You could move away from him if you want, Celeste. You just can't move towards him, which is odd.
No, I'm good.
If you retreat, you can't get back up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, because the chat demands it. My family's really messing me up tonight, guys.
We want the frog. We want the frog.
Yeah. I am going to. I made the mistake of during the break talking to them about my frog, and now they
You
won't
hyped
let
it
the
up.
frog go.
Yep.
I'm going to throw my frog into flanking position for Celeste, right on that spot on the other side of the demon.
All right. The giant
I'm
frog.
gonna say, frog, I know you're just gonna die, but do your best.
Frog looks up at the demon. Looks over at
Fight
you.
the demon.
Yeah. It's just
This
gives
is
you
about,
the most baleful of looks. Just
yep.
you asshole.
You had to know the next time you were coming out, you were fighting a demon, frog. That is our relationship.
That is the relationship here. I think last time I was against like the giant Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yep.
All right. Is that
I
the
don't really
action?
have
How's
any.
that?
I could as that's an action. As
Okay.
I could as a bonus action attempt to hide. I can't move closer to him, right?
right?
Oh, I'm afraid.
Got the
So
fear.
instead, I will move laterally.
I'm not getting
Yeah.
closer to you. I'm not getting closer to you.
And I will attempt to hide behind this tree.
All right. Give me a stealth check and then a wisdom saving throw to see if you can become unafraid.
All right, wisdom saving throw or stealth check first.
Yeah.
Stealth. That's not great. I don't know how perceptive a demon is. But...
You feel like this one's actually not too perceptive. It looks more just brute demon class.
Mm-hmm. And my wisdom saving throw. Lord.
You guys are
This
still
fucking disco music
afeared.
is...
Yeah. It's too much. Mr. George.
Does number 1 still look aggressive?
Does number 1 still look aggressive? Oh, yeah, it seems to be following its same programming down there.
Dead.
Yeah, there's a swashbuckler down there that's still on Gillian.
Okay.
He left one guy behind. He's still
Yep.
gonna fight.
The last one, yep.
Flanking disadvantage gives me a normal attack.
True that. This one's already injured too. 13 is not going to do it.
Let me. I really want to hit him. So I'm gonna
I don't blame you.
attack.
Don't you have advantage?
No, I have frightened, so I have disadvantage to cancel it.
Yep. Everybody's got the feared.
So I want to add a D8 to my attack roll.
Except for Michigan J Frog.
Will a 17 hit?
Will a 17? Yes, 17 will hit.
Okay.
Precisely attack. Swashbuckler.
Yep. I make it more precise. So 6. My bonus action,
More precise.
26.
I'm just gonna wait and add up the damage after you're done.
Sure. 6 plus. I'm gonna sneak attack that one, so it's 19 so far.
Okay.
And then my extra attack. I'm gonna...
Just doing algebra when it's George's turn.
Wait for him to give you a number at the
Yeah,
end.
just give me a number at the end.
25 points of damage.
25. All right.
I believe you.
I believe you as well. Not quite a killing blow or blows, but that figure looks extremely messed up now. Like she was already pretty wounded, and now she's definitely like sagging as you stab her several times.
It's the end of my turn.
All right, we've got our demon friend. All of you are already frightened, so it really doesn't feel the need to use its horror nimbus anymore. But it is going to say a bunch of...
Sorry, wisdom saving throw. Sorry.
Oh yeah, get your wisdom save on. Nope, still a fail. Wow. You guys are... This is interesting if you ever run into some more AoE wisdom shit. I'll have fun with that. The demon will attempt to reach down and bite Kaless.
Of course.
Oh no.
26.
Yeah, that just barely.
Just barely. For 33.
Oh no.
Thing does some fucking damage.
I have 3 hit points left.
Oh my goodness.
It is going to attempt to claw you.
The frog dances.
I have no hit points left.
19?
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right. The demon downs Kaless.
Oh Lord.
It turns around for the frog.
Oh,
I was hoping I'd
he's got
roll a
3
crit
attacks?
fail. He does have 3 attacks, yeah.
28
And
hits.
the frog survives.
Oh no.
The frog survives. Theransaurus.
All right. I can't move closer, but I do have a reach of 10.
So I don't have...
That's true. You can reach your maw over Kaless's body.
All right. So I'll attack. The old 22 and 13 once again.
Yeah.
Ouch, that disadvantage is hurting.
3.
18 is not
But
going
does
to do
the
it.
fog give me advantage?
Oh yeah. You are technically
It
flanking.
would, technically. That
It
stupid
would.
frog!
All right.
Go frog.
Chris's
Go
family
Froggy.
was right all along.
Thanks, Dominic.
His internet's just dying.
They went to see that they were right.
Oh, that damage is so bad.
Wow.
Oh yes,
That is
not
pretty bad.
great. Yeah, it is.
16. And your teeth are not magical, or are they magical?
I mean, what does Polymorph say? It's Polymorph is the
That's true.
adjudicator there.
You're kind of made of magic.
Pull up
Question.
Polymorph.
Because I know
spell.
your wild shape ability gives you magic teeth.
Yeah, that's just because I'm a druid.
Yeah. I don't know. Polymorph does make you magical. That's a good question. We'll give it to the chat. Chat, what do you think? Does oops, let's get rid of all the hit points. Let's not do that. Does a polymorphed dinosaur have magical teeth? Or
I mean, it doesn't say it's not.
it doesn't say it's not
So
magical.
so you can say it's a magical Tyrannosaur.
Always a magical Tyrannosaurus. Let's. Did you have more things, or is it Gillian?
No. So when I do the multi-attack, that's just one attack, right? I can't like break that up.
Right. I think yeah. It's like if you had an attack, you can do an extra attack. I believe action.
Yeah. Attack, move, attack.
You could do that. Yeah, you could always move in between.
All right. Well, I'll just move down and attack the swashbuckler.
Dance downward and do a tail. That's very weird looking. That will hit.
Okay.
Poor swashbuckler.
Good damage.
Yeah.
Yep, is gonna get crushed with the tail after George's
All
flurry of
right.
blows.
Now roll my wisdom.
Can we ever
saving throw.
free ourselves of this fear? Dear Lord! Wow,
We're
this is
gonna be
kill her.
Weird.
You guys are
I
so
haven't rolled
scared.
higher than 6.
It was that demonic disco music just really unsettled everybody.
It did.
It is
Apparently.
Gillian's turn, and the good news is all those counterspelling assholes are gone.
That's for true.
Yes. Fortunately, she has a lot of concentration spells.
Oh yeah.
I'll do Shatter. Just hitting the demon.
Con save. It does have advantage, and it has an insane con. Holy crap. Look at that number.
Okay.
BT dubs. Gonna take half damage.
Well, I was about to cast my turn blindness deafness, and I'm not gonna do that now. That's a con saving throw.
And then Gillian will move over here. Alright.
Oh, ignore that. Oh, looking at things.
Alright, Swashbuckler's dead.
Oh, for
Kaless.
the bonus action.
Yep.
Can you healing word someone who's on the ground?
You can.
Kaless.
Technically, you're not supposed to cast 2 spells in one turn, but
Oh, right. Well,
I'll allow you to cast level 1.
okay. Yeah, thanks.
But that is a thing. Yeah, usually you can only use a cantrip.
Alright.
Michelle's been doing it forever.
Yeah, it kind of has. We've been forgetting about that a lot. So, Kaless, you
Yeah.
regain 5 hit points.
Okay.
And it is your turn, and the good news is you're no longer afraid because you have gone down. The bad news is I need you to give me a con saving throw for the lingering injury. Hey, you withstand the trauma of going down.
Hey, at least I can make some kind of a saving throw.
Yeah.
All right, so the frog is flanking for me.
Technically, the true hero MVP of this session is the frog.
Where is the frog?
Did you
Oh, he
see
literally
the
is
demon?
flanking.
On the other side of the demon, sure is.
All right, so that gives me advantage. All right,
This frog right here. It's just
go
Celeste,
frog.
I meant to do this earlier, but I'm going to give you inspiration for returning the ring to Artus.
Oh, you do it after I die.
I know. Like we even talked about it at the break, and I totally forgot until now. I'm like entering in the stats on the down thing, and I was like, oh yeah, inspiration.
Well, an 18 hit this fuck.
Yes.
Sweet. 29 points of damage.
All right. Your magical rapier. You slide into its blubbery mass.
pretty good.
It growls back and talks to you in some demonic language. Does anybody know Abyssal?
I know Draconic.
I think your last character knows Abyssal, but I don't think this one does.
Yeah.
No, I don't think this one does.
Yeah, it says like Ushin Thengans Fast. Fakan Cthulhu, blah blah blah. Asmodeus, I don't know. Yeah.
Just naming gods.
Beelzebub, Beetlejuice, etc., etc. An extra 4.
Yep.
All right. You want to stay next to him?
Nope.
You sure? Give the frog advantage.
Sorry, frog.
I've actually made a number of the saves lately. All right, Mr. Mannix.
All right. Mannix will cast Phantasmal Force on the demon. He will have a creature to the illusion will be that there is a just winged angel with a giant flaming sword hacking its way at him from the north.
Okay.
And he has to make a 15 intelligence saving throw to not believe that is so.
Okay. 15 intelligence saving throw. He does have advantage on spells. Intelligence. God, he's got some good ass saves though.
Does he really? Oh my
He
god!
sure fucking does.
This is depressing.
Yeah.
I thought for sure the big dumb brute creature would be bad at intelligence.
I didn't say it was dumb. I just said he was a brute. He does have one glaring weakness. You guys haven't quite found it yet.
Capitalized on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to use my bonus action to go back into hiding behind my tree.
Love the tree. All right. You're effectively disappeared. Oh, yeah. Redo your fear. Hey, look at that.
There we go.
Max
all
is
right.
unafraid of the demon.
Finally. Are we all out of it?
I think you're the only
Who's still
one.
for
Well,
T-Rex?
Celeste got cured because she went down.
Right.
Mr. George,
Well, yeah, I'm still feared.
we're still feared.
Mhm. Oh shoot, I have disadvantage now. George is gonna pull out his Peacemaker longbow. $13.
No, sir. No, sir. That's negative.
Let's go again. 17.
17 is also a no, sir.
Damn.
God, I thought 17. Was it 18? I guess. Jesus.
Congratulations, you found the number.
Yeah.
Words.
Yikes.
Still afraid. The creature will reach down and bite this frog.
Froggy.
Frog explodes.
frog parts go for.
This demon leaps out of the remains of the obelisk and sees this Theransaurus and utters this primal roar and charges at you, speaking more abyssal, and kind of like uses one of its attacks to just like grapple you like fucking King Kong against a T-Rex.
Oh.
So give me a contested strength check, please.
We got a King Kong.
Oh no!
T-Rex fight.
I did so bad too.
Wow.
It like slips and falls.
T-Rex.
All right.
Roll great.
Yeah, it dodges, so it just kind of beats its chest, and it just tries to claw at your face.
I rip off my t-shirt and bring it on!
And it rolled a 13! Does that still hit? Does that hit a Theransaurus?
It does.
15. Damage. Theransaurus. Now it's a primal battle. Oh my god, this fear is killing you.
Alright. Time.
Make that save. Alright, you do cure yourself of the fear effects, though.
Hooray!
Jeez. Gillian.
Gillian will shoot her hand crossbow.
4 will hit.
Okay. And she'll use one of her bardic inspirations to add 2d6. Your psychic blades. They're 5 damage.
Okay. Total.
Sorry, it's 1 more. Great.
Literally 1 more.
What?
That's it.
All right, Kaless. We're still up, but as is the demon. I know we're running really late, guys. I appreciate staying up. This is an epic battle
Yeah.
trying to get through it.
You're killing me, Small.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting up with the child in the morning.
Yeah,
No.
it's not like my son gets up at 5:30 every morning.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Murderous.
you're killing me here. 5, 10, 15.
Now Raymond's joining that club too.
Yeah. He gets to wake
Yeah,
up
but
at
his
all
doesn't
times
sleep
of
yet.
day.
Let's you actually get sneak attack. Wow, you barely made that attack too. Jesus.
Mhm.
Wow.
18 does hit, as we've learned.
Oh, that was real bad.
Oh boy. 21. This thing has definitely taken some damage, though. Six will hit. Or an extra one.
30.
All right, Mr. Mannix.
I am no longer afraid, although I'm terrified of this thing. Do I think he's immune to all spells or just magical effects?
He hasn't been immune. He just has advantage and seems to have some really good saves. But I will say, I mean, you could always roll that check to identify to see if you would know what kind of weaknesses or anything this guy has.
Right. That's a con save. That's not what I want. Actually, you know what?
Be a religion
I
check.
am going to step out, or not even step out from behind my tree. I am going to, from the behind my tree, I'm going to, where is it? Put out my wand of magic mints.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That's something I'm pretty sure you can't dodge.
That's true. There's no save. There's no defense at all. It's just insta damage.
Nope. And I always forget. I believe it's 8d4 plus 8 if I use all of them. So it's 3d4, and then I can do 5. Yeah, so it's 8d4 plus 8. Which I have to pull the thing. That's not great. It's a lot of ones in there. 25 damage.
Okay.
And I will go back to hiding behind my tree.
You see at the end of the round, this thing has taken a number of damage, and as it has, the smoke that was pouring out of the obelisk and cracked it open and poured into him is now starting to pour out of him and draw back into the obelisk. And he begins kind of saying more words in Abyssal in some language, and he looks really pissed. And you see his whole body start to kind of like this black mist kind of pulls and tugs at him and forces him, and he's like doing this, and it actually grabs him, and his whole form just gets pulled like vapor-like back into the obelisk, and you see the obelisk actually slowly reform, and the shell that was blown off starts to come in, and the cracks start to seal itself again, and the whole thing just reforms, and finally like the last little crack seals up, and it remains.
Oh, thank God. Put that genie back in his bottle.
Yeah. Put the genie back
That was
in
the weakness, wasn't it?
the bottle.
Obelisk.
Well, the weakness I was going to say is his dexterity was actually terrible, but he was also kind of on a timer. All right, we went way after our session here, but just to go over what happened, you guys now have all the puzzle cubes. Kales, you find a really nice dagger on the floor, which appears to be very nicely magical. And yeah, you guys now have the tomb in front of you. Furthermore, beginning of the next session, you guys will reach level 9.
Oh boy.
For all of your challenges, you guys deserve level 9, I believe. Kales, would you like to know what this dagger is? Hopefully the poll is working. All right, everybody vote for your MVPC for this session. Use exclamation vote, either Mannix, Kales, Gillian, George, or Theron. Kales, are you still with us? She might be asleep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
No, I'm not asleep.
You find a magical dagger that was, or rapier, whatever you want it to be. I forget what you used. Rapier. Okay. That apparently was fashioned for like one of your replacements.
Loser.
Yeah. And
Can't even hold on to their damn weapon.
That's right. And you see the words Blood Drinker written on it. It seems to have this kind of serrated edge to it. And Blood Drinker is a +1 to attack and damage. Upon a killing blow, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points. Temporary hit points do not stack those, so they just would replace the old ones if you still have them. You can also choose to channel your own life force into the blade to deal additional damage, starting at 1d6 up to 4d6. So you would deal that much damage to yourself and your opponent whenever you attack, if you so choose.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is the culmination of your personal quest, and I believe we got through Mannix's personal quest, although both of your people were kind of able to escape, so we've got kind of lingering threads here.
Yep, some hanging threads.
A little bit interesting for sure. But as I mentioned, you guys now have all the puzzle cubes. You do have that warning, which you need to keep in mind. I added that to your... I think if you look under Chapter 5, under a Serax Warnings, it's got its own little subheading. It's called a Serax First Warning. And yes, the fact that it's called First Warning is also a clue. Maybe you'll find more warnings.
It's like baby's first steps. Serax first warning.
That's right. So you'll have acquired all the puzzle cubes. We will level up at the start of our next session, and then you will make it into the actual Tomb of Annihilation from there. I appreciate you guys staying up so way past our time, but I'm really glad we got to get through all this stuff and reach an awesome stopping point. So thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, Reese for joining us. Thank you to all the wonderful fans for watching. You can... Where's my fucking thing? I actually can't find my outro speech. There we go. Go to roguewatson.com for recaps. Patreon.com/roguewatson if you'd like to support the channel. We're live streaming our D&D adventures every week. And we'll see you next time. Let's see. Who was the winner of the poll? Was Theron with a bullet. Theron.
Yay.
Everybody liked the Theronsaurus, I think, quite a bit.
They really like the polymorph.
Yeah, that one was
Polymorph's a good
nice.
spell.
So you were an inspiration for next time, Theron. And we are outie, everybody.
Later.